Joey options. Go get them.
Yeah.
Yo.
What's going on, fellow traders? I hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday. It's your boy Joe, and you guys already know who that is. It's my boy Obi as well. What's going on, everybody? Let's let some people start rolling into the chat, and let's get rocking and rolling on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. Oh, all right, greetings from Istanbul. All right, Umar. Nice to see that, guys. Let's see who we got kicking off in the chat there, Obi. Let's start off with Jacob Knight. What's going on, brother? I hope everything's going. T27, Danny Q, Ronaldo. No, it's not Sharif, it's Obi, my friend. Wow, I like this combo. Great traders. Tara says, thank you very much. Oh, good afternoon, my boy, says Jason Cogni. Where are you, my friend? It's still the morning here. We'll take it 11 a.m. Who else do we got there, Obi? Andrew Chow. What's up? It's not Sharif, it's Obi. Get it right. I don't know. He's not a shapeshifter.
Seeing some classic names in here.
Yeah. Sharif's not a shapeshifter over here. No. Guys, Adam DeLuz. What's up, Adara? What's going on? And then we got Stuck Trader. We're Laho. Who else? We got a couple more. Buffalo Soldier. And then we have Petya Pie. All right, little pizza pie. And Dexter Smith. What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday. Once again, it's me and your boy Obi this Friday. Little under the weather this morning, but we're gonna try to bring the energy. I had a hectic night last night. Take the dog out for a walk. I'm not feeling good, so fresh air is the way to go. You want to touch some grass, and I'm like, all right, let me get my boy a chicken foot from the pet store.
Nice.
Get him the chicken foot.
Yeah.
Immediate, brother. He scarfed it down, but minutes later, he just vomited so large after, so I was worried. I kind of went doggy dad mode on that one, and I'm like,
has he ever had that before?
No, he's never done that before.
Oh, okay.
So like, and when he eats,
has he had like the
chicken
before?
foot? No, I usually get him pig's ears. I'm like, let's switch it up. Let's get him something different.
Yeah.
And then
he just wasn't used to it.
Definitely
no more chicken feet.
Yeah, no more chicken feet. And I asked the girl, I'm like, is this okay for him? She's like, yeah, for sure. Give it to him, scarfs it down. Minutes later, just massive. So I was up monitoring him all night as well too to see if he was going to be all right. He was a little bit under the weather, but aside from that, trading wise, guys, Obi, what do you got? We'll come back to my screen momentarily.
I was working on a lot of stuff this morning, and I was like, I'm going to be patient. I have things that I need to get done. Just working on a few different things, trading related, of course. But and that helped me kind of stay really, really patient. I was watching all the craziness happen. I was like, okay, there were some strong movers this morning, right? We had. No, it wasn't Oklo. I'm thinking of Rigetti, right? RGTI. That thing is running like crazy right now, 39s. So a lot of the quantum sector as well. QUBT, QBTS was doing well. It's still doing well, holding the uptrend really well at the same time. So I was observing these, maybe a few missed trades, but guess what? Somebody pointed out Palantir to me, and I was like, oh boy. Palantir was dumping down. Thank you very much. Oh boy, indeed. Dumping down. I was like, okay, so I saw it around 182s, 181s. I'm like, wow, this thing is getting shellacked to the downside here, increasing volume as well, all the way from 187s to 177. I'm being patient. It got down here 178s. This is where I got eyes on, like really focused on the tape. I put whatever I was working on to the side. And we were talking about a little bit of tape reading yesterday on the show as well. I'm like, all right, this piques my interest. This is the first time the bid is starting to come in after a strong flush. Here, didn't really get involved, but 76 halves. Where is that? 76 halves was all the way down here at this bar close, this bar open. 76 halves, I'm like, oh boy. Maybe the bid is here. I see something on the tape. I'm like, okay, I got to get in. Punch. Pending orders. I'm like, wait, didn't I not get in? It pops up into the 90s. I'm like, punch. Pending orders.
Ooh.
Didn't get in. I didn't know what happened. So thankfully, I was told that I just need to relog. I am in the position, even though it's showing me that I wasn't in the position, so I just had to relog, and that was my Palantir trade. I definitely did not get as aggressive as I'd like to on that one, but it caught a little bit of a piece. That's the only trade I've had so far. I like how it puked down. I was like, oh boy, is this a little capitulatory? kind of ish, but I will want to participate when the buyers do step in. Boom, boom, 176s, instantly up to 179s from 177s, 176s. So I was like, oh boy, I'm relogging, and I'm like trying to get out of some of the position while most of my charts are still loading up. But that was an interesting morning. Got a little bit longer here on the 179 consolidation, and then put in a stop, got up off my desk. It got all the way to 181s. I was like, oh boy, comes in and stops me out again. Stops me out a couple of times. I'm like, okay, we're holding structure a little bit higher, trying to push into that 180. So a little bit long here on Palantir. That's the only trade I've taken. So we talk about quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
Definitely, that's what I like to focus on. And like I said, I was a little distracted. I was trying to work on like a few different things. So that really helped me sit on my hands, be patient, and really wait for something to fall into my lap that is worth my time. I'm sure there were other trades I could have scalped out a few pennies, whatever. But this one was definitely, I was just like, okay, I know I have to be involved. As soon as that bid steps in, I know I have to be there. And oh boy, has it been stepping in here on Palantir. A little bit of a flush, a little bit of a sell-off going into the Friday, but let's see if we can get a little bit of a reversion as well. 33% reversion so far. Let's see if we can hit the 50 and the 66. Don't know if we're going to get there, but that's what I'm watching. Boom. Market rebound is quite nice right now, so we definitely have a tailwind for the bid. So that's all I got going on.
Yeah, that's a good look there, guys. All right, let's hop into some of our trades here earlier in the morning. We're currently sitting, oh, you can't see it. I'm in IBIT here. Took a couple attempts to get it rolling. We get a little scalp, comes up back against us. We get it at the break even, and then I'm like, ooh, okay, let's try it one more time. And I was making a mistake. I'm like, let me give this 20 cents. We'll start relatively smaller. And I'm like, all right, yeah, we'll take the stop out, no issues. It sells off in an additional 10 cents there. But I should have been reading the price action a little bit better. Obviously, shoulda, coulda, woulda, hindsight 2020. For me, I'm like, all right, you may as well start building in at these lows, considering that base was holding up relatively well. We know that Bitcoin's been on an absolute monster tear in the past couple of days, so why wouldn't we assume it's going to continue? You take the attempts, and either it works or it doesn't, so we take the third swing, right? We didn't strike out on this one, so that's working out. And I was talking to Obi earlier, I'm like, hey, we're just under 21K, 121K on Bitcoin. I would not be surprised if we tap into all-time highs today. Today, if we continue on this trajectory, anything can happen, especially if shorts start to get squeezed. I wanted to reload at around 68, 65. We haven't even pulled back to that specific level just yet, so I'm still going to be patient on that one, but we're not too far off of it. If you want to take a look from a percentage metric, it's small potatoes. Big time small potatoes over here. Obi, 2.7%. So, I mean, by the weekend, and I mentioned this before, could I be totally wrong? Absolutely. But on the path that we're currently moving on, I think that it's definitely in the works that we can see an all-time high on Bitcoin by the weekend or maybe even later next week. So I'm calling it relatively soon, no specific date, but I like the trajectory that we're currently trading on. Now, as for the losers, we obviously want to go over that. We took one stab on AMD long there. I know Katina Man was short. We got a little pop, then break out. Once it snapped through this, I'm like, oh, okay, I don't think we're going to get any more continuation to the top side. And there it is. You're just continuously bleeding lower and lower. So we're not too frustrated about that. And then also Tesla, I'm like, hey, you know what, let's see, oops, no, it was TSL. I'm like, let's see if we can get this pop. Yesterday, aggressive selling. Let's see if we can get some bounce here. I mean, boom, we take the first attempt, doesn't work. Take another attempt, doesn't work. And then the third one, we strike out. I'm like, all right, we're not going to continuously try to beat a dead horse here. Once it snapped through that support level, it was the continuation to the downside. And I think that's exactly how our day started off with Tesla yesterday. So I'm going to allow this bleeding to continue, and then maybe we might be able to find a bottom on that. But I'm waiting for deeper pullback. If we head into the volume weighted average price in the crypto space, i.e. Bitcoin, then I'm going to look to add to the position, and then maybe we get that move into the all-time high on IBIT. Is roughly around $70 there, Obi.
No, I like that idea, man. You can see the whole space has been catching quite a strong bid. Like, did you see Circle yesterday? Did you see Coinbase yesterday? I think the Hood had a little bit of a move. I don't know if you guys were watching it or not.
Bro, 150 on Hood.
Yeah, wild. The thing is so strong, and we're seeing a lot of this crazy kind of bidding action across the board here. And yeah, market's all-time high is pretty wild as well. So Bitcoin, all-time highs as well. I think that's well within range. That's about 5K. I was talking about this with Sean yesterday. Bitcoin can sneeze and it'll slap up 5K.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Remember, it's an asset that's trading at $150,000. Sorry, $120,000.
Yep.
Right? So 5K move. Percentage-wise, it's not much at all. So it's like, oh, can we actually get there? The probability is well within range, I think. So yeah, I do like that.
Into Unity. Oh, you're not tapped in there. Unity.
Oh no.
We'll get that set up there for sure.
I'll hop into Unity. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. Over the weekend, or we find that sometimes, most of the time, things happen overnight or over the weekend on Bitcoin when we hit some fresh prices. So I'm thinking we're poised for maybe some fresh highs if Bitcoin holds this trend and the momentum continues, then the probability of hitting those all-time highs relatively soon, I think, is higher than not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Palantir coming back up here into its VWAP, 180 hold as of right now. Got a little chopped up. Again, real risk should be down to some of these lows here. I'm giving it way too tight for no reason. Yeah, just kind of going through the motions here. Let's see if we can kind of reclaim 180, hold sustain, and then 181 is that prior high. But we are heavily sold off of the morning session here. So the question is, are those sellers totally done right now? Do they have any more selling left to do? VWAP is a great place to kind of, I think, look at. You can see already a little bit of supply coming in on the push through VWAP, on the first push through back through VWAP. Now we've made a second attempt after some higher lows, some fresh higher lows, right? We got 1, 2 higher lows. Now we're reclaiming VWAP. Let's see if we can break structure through the 181. I'm seeing the Nasdaq pushing up a little bit here as well, so we do have that tailwind. But my question is, where is the next trade? What are you guys trading right now? That's what I'm asking. So again, Palantir, I was not watching. One of my pod members was like, oh boy, look at Palantir. And I looked it up because I was watching, the Mag 7s. I had a few morning watch list stocks on my radar here, and none of them were doing what I was looking for. And then Palantir shows up like a blessing. And I'm like, oh boy, where are you running? Why are you running? Where are you running? And then I just waited, and then that was the trade. So I want to. So the whole point of saying that is emphasizing that when you have a community, you have more eyes on. So even you can have great opportunities that perfectly fit what your style of trading is, but you may not even see them. But having a great community to point stuff like that out is what matters. That's why I'm always asking you guys,
what are you
I'm
guys
sure there's
looking at?
over 1,000, over what, 5,000 to 8,000 pairs of eyes in the chat today. So what are you guys seeing? Maybe we find something that is worthy of taking relative to my playbook, right? That's all.
12,000 eyes right now. There will be 6,338 people watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. IBIT has been delisted. No, what? Come on, man. This is one of the best performing ETFs of all time, my friend. All time. Yes, that's right. IBIT, and we're reloaded. Delisted? Come on, man. No, I'm only playing with you. Yeah, Darius.
SMCI.
Better buy that time. You're asking me about those options. I know you. You better be buying the time, my friend. There it is on the reload there on IBIT, guys. I'm talking about us heading into that realm of potential all-time highs. Let's see if we can break this key pivot right around 68.90. With that being said, let's take a look at our options chain. Rusty, you said in it. So I know that you, my friend, are from across the pond.
Across the pond. Yeah.
That's a pond. That's across the pond slang over there. It'll be in it. So there it is. Let's see what. Oh no! Why did I type in NVDA? We don't want to get that garbage out of here. There goes IBIT on the reload. Katina man, I'm reloaded. So there it is, 70. So yeah, Rusty Dutch, you say 125K? Let me know. Thank you, my friend. Let me know what you're seeing on that one. 71, we do have quite a bit of open interest on this week's expiration cycle there, guys. 19,900 contracts at that 71. I seen it at 70 earlier in the week, so that's starting to lift there, which we really like, man. This space is extremely strong. 67, we still got a bunch of contracts over there. All right, let's lock some up. Let's lock in some profit here as we're starting to climb a little bit higher on IBIT. Let's see if we can break that pivot, man, and start squeezing some of these shorts out here. Get out of here, you shorts, on IBIT, because we're hella long this name. I mean, YOLO long-esque on that. So yeah, bang. Let's see if we can catch that fill at 68.85. And what was I gonna do next? Oh yeah, we had a super chat. Super chat. All right. David Treziak, thank you, my friend, $5. Been great to watch Obi, Joe, and Adara grow into their confidence. ETHA may turn. I haven't even looked at it today, really. Let's take a gander on what Ethereum's up to. Yeah, it's starting to bounce off the lows, but it's not near the high of the day like what IBIT is currently trading at. We want to stick to the stronger names, the best of breed, as my guy Katina Man would like to say, and that's in the crypto world, the grandfather itself, IBIT, or I should say Bitcoin. But then we got another $2 super chat from our guy, Kyle. RKLB on a rip. Let's take a look at Rocket Lab. One moment, uno momento, por favor, señorita, before we send it over to Adara. Let's see, we got, yeah, bang. Rocket Lab starting to climb higher. Beautiful look. Ooh, watch out for this, because this thing can go absolutely insane. That's a big time potential break there on RKLB. Adara, what do you got for us?
Yeah, what I have here is Amazon. Nothing huge, but maybe something worth noting here. The company's vice president and CEO advisory team member. We've got Rob Williams. So again, advisory member of the CEO team, I guess. And then also the vice president of devices. Apparently he's going to be stepping down at the end of the year, according to internal memo. So a little bit of a shakeup, it looks like, at Amazon's devices segment. Unclear this is going to be a huge impact. If I got any more details, I'll let you know, guys. Back to you.
Very much. Yeah, so there we go. We take another fill there on IBIT, punching through that previous high of the day. Obi, what do you got there, my guy?
Nothing much. I pulled up Rocket Lab right away because I was like, that's a great call out.
Yeah.
The one you just pointed out, multi-day breakout. I like daily breakouts. We're seeing expanding volume into this strength, pushing up into the $55 level. Let's go up to a weekly. Yeah, the high is 55.17. You can see this is very much trend. Like, we've been in a very aggressive uptrend. We consolidate on top of 44s, and now we're trying to push up a little bit higher here, only about 40, 50 pennies away from those all-time highs. Yes, all-time highs. Wow, look at this, beautiful. Maybe I should be buying in the swing where I think I don't have the lines anywhere else. I'm like, these may be support or resistances that could potentially be significant, because we had the run up, we fell down, and then we were failing to follow through in and around that $15 level. So I'm like, okay, well, this could be interesting here. Didn't really do much with it after that, but beautiful swing on that one. But intraday, let's get to business. Intraday, this is looking real nice. If we can crack some of these highs and get that follow through and maybe some more volume as nicely today. And what makes it better for me as well, Joe, is that you got that continuation off the open, you slapped those longs back down, so people probably punching out, you know, fearful, whatever, but guess what? Still within range, bigger picture trade happening here, not the intraday, and then you get that hold of opening range low, you get that hold of prior day's end of day consolidation mess, you get that pre-market reclaim, and then you get that high a day opening range high push as well, VWAP hold, whatever you want to call it. Nice, beautiful continuation showing you everything that you want to see for a potential higher time frame breakout. But that high was made, I guess, just last week. Or, sorry, that was a monthly chart, right? Yeah, so those highs were made relatively recently, September 15th. The Monday is when that 55.16 was made. So let's see if we can get there. Again, we're trading at 54 halves currently. Good strength. I like the push. I'm going to wait. Maybe it's better to just, you know, throw up an alert here and we can get back to it if and when. I don't know if I have alerts left on this thing. There you go. Boom. Right there. There's that alert. When Rocket Lab passes 55.12s, I will be alerted, and then maybe we can make something out of it here. But until then, that is a bit of a level where supply did come in recently. So looking for everything to line up for a potential bid.
You're out of Palantir?
I'm out of Palantir because we pushed up into that 181 and we started consolidating, and I did kind of was a little aggressive on top of the 180, and I was like, all right, well, if I'm going to do a little bit of a double up here, I'm expecting it to go right away, and I want to add more through the 81, but it didn't really do that. We're consolidating, taking our time here. So you know what? If you're going to take your time, I'm going to step away for a little bit, maybe reassess. Honestly, I think the highest EV trade, in my opinion, was down here, where the real reversion took place around 76 half, 76 70s. If you want to use a prior bar, then you can even go 77 30s, but I don't really like it that far away. The tape read was more than enough down there. But yeah, a little bit of a hold of, like, for example, we already saw supply coming in at VWAP off of the open and then on the retest. If we're going to chop around and really can't get above or below this 181, 180, I'm going to let it do its thing and let it tell me what it wants to do before getting involved. But where is the next trade? That's what I'm asking right now. In terms of the Mag 7s, oh boy, Google taking a little bit of a curl to the upside. So let's take a quick look at that one here. Google, yeah. Strong selling off of the open. We broke some of that some of those pre-market lows as well.
Man, I'm trying to play some Call of Duty on that.
45. Yeah.
Everything, man.
Imagine watching the game.
Yeah, imagine watching.
Imagine watching.
You don't even know where
sports.
to look. You can't even look. It's literally like a movie theater screen.
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
It's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's big time.
Imagine
awesome.
charts. Imagine trading on that screen. Imagine trading on that screen,
that would be,
bro.
You have to go big.
You know what? If I have that screen, have you seen those huge keyboards? Those life-size life-size, but like life-size keyboards. Like the enter key is like this
like
big.
That big.
It's like this big, and there's other keys as well.
You're trying to run your hotkeys on it. You gotta be, all right, yo,
I gotta jump. I gotta physically jump around.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I think that would be cool. You know.
All right, guys, get your votes in too. I see you guys starting to vote. Lithium America's leading the way. Tesla,
LAC,
dollar sign. IBIT never makes it up here. Why? Why is that, Fabian? Tell me, please. I need answers, my friend.
I know why.
Why?
They're not voting for it.
They're not. Oh. They're not voting for it. Yeah. Come on,
man.
You gotta vote for it. There you go.
All right, man. I
get
it.
I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna vote for some stuff here.
All right,
too.
vote for IBIT for your boy. I want to see it up on the chat. There we go. Thank you, Haley.
Am I allowed?
Speaking, I think you're only allowed one vote there, my friend. There it is, guys. Bang. Look at check this reload I was talking about.
Bang.
Waiting for 65s. Price started to turn around a little bit earlier, but hey, we take that stab. We're just slightly positive. I mean, we're up 0.5% on the session, but we blasted through yesterday's high, and we're not too far away, $1 away from the all-time high, a little bit less on IBIT. Time for your daily. Oh, you want that? No problem. The people get what the people ask for.
What even is that?
I thought you would know. That's like an anime thing, isn't it?
I don't know. I understand.
It means
like
uwu.
Oh,
you know uwu?
I don't know what it is, but like I know, like I've seen it in like the social medias.
See, I have no idea.
I'm like Instagram, TikTok. I'm like no, the social medias.
What is that?
Subaru. No. I've seen the Subarus.
What's that? I don't even know. But what is Subaru from?
Who has a Subaru?
Subaru, I think, might be, it's definitely some rap stuff, I think.
You ever drove a Subi?
A Subaru?
Like an STI?
No, you know what I say,
Dude,
though?
those things are go-karts on the road.
Yo, brother, you know what I say? I don't, like, everybody's like, yeah, BMW drivers suck. So-and-so drivers suck.
Excuse me, what?
Well, I have one, too. That's what, you know, you is an emotion used to express happiness, worth, and affection. All right, then we're this all day, then.
Oh, a cute face with closed eyes. And a cat-like mouth.
But
okay,
listen,
so we got,
but listen. Also, like if you're driving a Subaru, I have the utmost respect for you because I'm like, that guy can drive. I don't even know who you are, whatever vehicle you're in.
I know about cars.
Yeah, exactly. Because the Subaru.
Best believe you're working on it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's the type of individuals who are rocking Subarus because they're quality vehicles. But no, back to these markets, guys. XLF was pretty strong here in the morning because the Nasdaq was lagging. I'm like, okay, what's dragging the SPY higher? And we have the Nasdaq starting to lag. XLF, let's pull it up. It was strong earlier in the morning, starting to cool off a little bit here now. So the financial sector ETF XLF, not too bad of a look here. Maybe that, let's see, this 53.62 level can hold, and then maybe you get another push towards that previous high. If not, that's okay. We don't mind whatsoever. But go IBIT, go. The volume's starting to kick in on the 5-minute time frames. You're seeing it start to accelerate. We're not too far off of those previous all-time highs, and this is exactly what we wanted to see with its strength. Joseph, Never requested IBIT before because you're just so dang dependable. Never doubt that you'll not cover IBIT. I mean, I talk about it all the time. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. Everybody has their underlying that they like to trade. For me, it's the crypto space. I like it when Ethereum and Bitcoin's in play.
You watch the whole space?
The whole space?
Like in terms of like the stocks related plus IBIT plus like Ethereum.
Yeah. I'm always looking at the underlying asset, right? Like I always got to keep an eye on what Bitcoin's doing. Obviously, the tracking error on IBIT is essentially nothing, right? So it's really, really tight. That's why I like
very
it, right?
efficient.
And that's why I think it just outpaced with the gray scales and the ARCs and everything along those lines because one, they have next to no management fees, and the tracking error was the best out of all of them. So that's why we like. No, I did not get back into Tesla. I struck out on that one, 0 for 3. But how's that Palantir? Oh, you're out of Palantir. What do you got going on there?
But I might be smelling some stuff brewing here. 181, we couldn't really get through. We're kind of coasting. It is VWAP, so we can have a lot of noise. We can have a lot of chop and a lot of liquidity kind of being pushed in and around. But yeah, I like it in and around here. Maybe something's brewing, but the market it's got to give me a little bit of a signal here as of right now. But I do like it for maybe a little bit of a relief potential pullback. You know what? Maybe we get a little bit involved right here. Let's see if it can hold below that 181. I like it here, but again, we've gotten a couple of tests of that 181 so far, and it's well within range. You can see we're uptrending, so this is definitely a little bit of a counter trend to the shorter term kind of bid we've been seeing, but bigger term. Sellers are very much in charge on the day at VWAP right off of the open and at VWAP on the secondary test. This is the only time we've seen a little bit of a difference where it's kind of consolidating and not doing anything too crazy, but maybe if it's gonna have some consolidation and some price acceptance above VWAP, then yeah, I'm more than willing to be wrong on this one. You can see the Nasdaq and the ES both pulling up a little bit here as well as of right now. So something to watch out for. What else was I looking at as of right now? Yeah, a lot of people were talking about that lithium LAC. They were like, yo, look at LAC. And I was like, yeah, I like it maybe for a reversion for the intraday, but I understand this is breaking out on a higher time frame. I don't really like it as much, but you know what? It could very well revert a little bit. It's already done a decent amount towards VWAP, so I like that, but I don't know if I would be really getting involved in and around here, but I do have eyes on. I'm watching it closely. Let's see if it does anything crazy anymore, but the crazy move was off of the open. You can see prior day high break, and then this high break through the $8 level as well. We blasted all the way to a high of day of $9.32 right now. So let's see what else is going on. Chip sector, we know that Intel was looking pretty interesting over the past couple of days. We know that that's been running around and breaking out on a higher time frame. This thing was sold off, man. I was talking to Neil this morning. I'm like, this thing is poised for $40 if the bid continues, and the buyers are very much definitely here as of this week and last week as well. So. I think definitely something to watch out for. 38.08 is the high a day, bit of a lick grab of those pre-market highs, but within range, within trend of this maybe a multi-day bid that we've been getting. I think we got some crypto news with Adara.
First, I just want to let you guys know I'm seeing a headline coming out of China. China reportedly pushing the Trump administration to remove their curbs as they, I guess, consider a potential investment. So it seems like they're trying to go for a quid pro quo. Slightly more details. They're trying to get the Trump admin to remove restrictions, not specifying on what, while offering investment opportunities. So China basically saying, hey, we'll invest in you if you curb some of these, I guess, chip curbs or other curbs, for lack of a better term. If I get more details on this very vague story, I'll let you guys know. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin, though. This is the daily chart on BTC. Nice push up from that support at 108,000 and getting a nice little price target for the end of the year for the second day in a row from a major analyst, Citigroup, yesterday coming out with a $132,000 target for BTC at the end of 2025. Then 12 months from now, so October 26th, they're expecting BTC to be priced around $181,000. JP Morgan's are a lot more optimistic here. All I'm seeing is for the end of this year. So they're seeing it by the end of this year, by the end of 2025, $165,000 for Bitcoin. So very optimistic, well above where we're currently trading, and even well above the already slightly lofty Citigroup target. It is worth noting here that I guess they're saying the BTC to gold volatility ratio has slipped. So that basically suggests Bitcoin needs to rise roughly 42% to be equal to private gold investment levels. So that's part of what they were looking at here. They also said that there's this debasement trade going on. Apparently, this is led by retail investors. It involves investors getting really involved into Bitcoin and gold ETFs to hedge against things like inflation, deficits, and concerns here about the central bank. So interesting look here for BTC and a little bit of the background behind that price target from JP Morgan. Back to you.
Yeah, you know what, Adara, we like those base cases. We like those bull cases. We don't even want to hear about the bear case whatsoever. There goes another pop to the top side in Bitcoin. I'm telling you guys, we're not too far. It might be today. It might be, oh my God, if it's during the midday, that is crazy. Sharif is going to owe me a pair of American Eagle jeans if we get... Bang, another one if we get that Bitcoin to 125K by Sunday. Yo, YB, I can't calm down on those calls, YB. There's zero chance, my friend. We loaded up on those, and we're heavy from a share standpoint as well, too. So, yeah, we're rocking and rolling. A nice little reload there on IBIT, Obi.
Great.
Yeah.
Trading there, with trend trading, too, so I like to see it. Sorry. Great trading there with trend trading, so I like to see it there. And yeah, Bitcoin blasting through those highs here. Palantir still watching that, not really seeing anything too crazy here. Nothing too nothing too eye-catching. I was trying to find the right wording there. Nothing too eye-catching. Actually, you know what? As I say that, and as I'm looking at different baskets here, oh boy, which one is that one? Micron, okay, Micron's running as well, and oh boy, Nike. Nike is the one that is just doing it right now. So let's pull that up on our radar. Nike, a little bit of an extension, yes sir. Let's get those lines out of the way. We don't need them today. Oh boy, look at that, beautiful hold. That's exactly right, straight down, and this had earnings this week. I was looking at it on earnings day one, and that was on Wednesday, and I'm like, well, chop sideways. Maybe we look at the earnings day one range on day two and look for a potential continuation, because we did bid up off of that. We grabbed the reaction highs, and we got some supply coming in. The initial reaction did show us that there was supply up here at 74s, right? And maybe some demand up down here at 68s. Off of the open, we rip up through that area, through that wick high on the earnings reaction. You can see that this candle did do significant volume. So yeah, these levels might mean something. So coming into the open, yeah, a little bit of a breakout, but a false break, boom, look at the selling that comes in right away. So supply is still a little bit there. And then buying stepping in on top of the pre-market. But so we've been bidding up nicely for the past couple of days, earnings day one, day two. Earnings day three, look at that, break of prior day low. Distinctly different action. Sure, it's only been 2-3 days, but distinctly different action post earnings, and then breakdown of 74. So 72.40s as of right now. Let's see what this one will have. Again, if you guys know me, I like the reversions, and I'm like, if this is puking, I want to look for a potential bid. So let's keep it simple. Where did we see the bid come in since earnings? We see it come in here on day one lows, 71.60s. Where else did we see it come in? Off of the earnings reaction, 69s, nice. And then we hit a high of 76.97. So am I going to get long before this? Maybe, I don't know. If price action is significant enough, then yes. But I'm gonna take a closer look at this chart down here at 71.60s, because the chart is telling me that this is where buyers were on day one, right? So I'm gonna wait for that to potentially come in. 72.47's crazy downtrend here. Definitely distinctly different from the rest of the market is Nike as of right now. So let's take a look at some of these other staples as well. Let's do a quick Walmart and some J&J. And maybe a few other ones as well. So Walmart, maybe a little bit of a bid here, so strong on the day as well. Let's see, J&J. I know that one was running. J&J was doing well over the past couple of weeks, and oh boy, have you seen J&J's chart, man?
No, what's it doing?
Look at the weekly on this one. Stonks only go up.
Oh my!
Stonks only go up. Look, you want to see a monthly on this one?
Yeah.
Stocks only go up.
Only, man.
Did you buy in 2001? Did you buy in 2010? Did you buy in 2020? Well,
did you buy in 92, Obi?
Did you buy in 92? Damn, dude. I don't know, man. You know when I should have bought? I should have bought in 1968.
Yeah,
that was the time to buy some J&J. So if you were around in 1968,
and you didn't
what are you doing?
Yeah, and you weren't buying things?
Come on.
I don't know. Yeah, obviously being so now leading to that, do you think that we're looking back at some of these names? Do you think that the quantum space has the ability to kind of have some of these growth cycles that we're seeing in the likes of NVIDIA, Tesla, who just create just these mass amounts of wealth for individuals who have been early investors?
I think that's what the positioning is happening around, right? People are trying to be first to the quantum bid. A lot of it is just a speculative bid. A lot of these companies don't necessarily make money or have like significant products that really do anything. But everyone, the market is forward looking, right? So if they're like, oh, if quantum is the future, like who saw AI coming? I'm sure there were a lot of smart minds that did see that coming.
Yeah, for sure.
But quantum, a lot of people have the perspective that that's the next biggest thing. So currently, market leaders are AI tech companies, right? Before that, Microsoft was a leader, Apple was a leader for the longest time, and now we're seeing Apple kind of pull back in. And it's interesting to see how stocks take the lead. Have you ever seen those leaderboards over the years since like the 1950s of like top market stocks, and it just like by market cap, and it was like that flow kind of taking over. It's like a race. It's like a race, right? So looking at the patterns of how certain stocks reach the top, they kind of, maybe they come into 5th place, they drop back down to 10. They come into 7th place, they drop back down. They come into 3rd, and then there's like a little bit of an ebb and flow of how they reach the highs there, and NVIDIA definitely had that as well. So we'll continue that talk right after we get back from Madeira.
As you can see here, Ethereum popping up a bit. This is the 15-minute chart. We do have Goldman Sachs saying that they're seeing increased institutional participation in Ethereum. So Goldman Sachs saying it looks like there are more institutional investors or participants here in Ethereum. ETH getting a little bit of a pop on that headline. Back to you.
Up there, just talking to Jose in the chat. He was trading some. What was Jose on there today? Some QuantumScape, trading some QuantumScape there. Yeah, I mean, just sticking to the right names, right? Like the quantum space is extremely strong. Turbo Vibe says Bitcoin 21.85, 121.85. That's some good looks there. And that's what I was talking about, man. We might see it today. We might see it from an intraday standpoint, but I would not be surprised whatsoever leading into the weekend that we do tap into a new all-time high there on Bitcoin. So yeah, we're having a good time. We like it a lot. I believe that these big tech companies are throwing money into it. Yes, this will be the next big thing to happen. I'm hoping that my position gives a 5-to-1 split or a 10-to-1 split one day. What position is that? You never said the ticker there, my friend. So yeah, BMNR and MSTR, we're going to be talking a lot about crypto today, considering you're with your boy. Yeah, it's lagging, right? Like I don't love some of these leverage plays. Like look at MicroStrategy compared to Bitcoin here, right? There's something weighing these things down, and we were talking a little bit about it yesterday. It may not necessarily be affecting some of these names, but hey, you might get that break of around 354, but I know a lot of big-time investors were like, yeah, we're super long Bitcoin, but we don't like MicroStrategy. We're short in MicroStrategy, which I found really, really interesting to hear. So, yeah.
That's like a hedge position people take. Long Bitcoin, short MSTR.
Short strategy, right? Yeah. So, but that's the whole thing. Like this guy, Michael Saylor, is just continuously issuing debt and trying to unload these shares where you get the appreciation of Bitcoin and the stock itself. That's where you get that leverage aspect in it, but they're not tracking it how we would expect. I would personally expect it to. Again, what do I know at the end of the day? I'm just going to stick with these names. We love this. As soon as IBIT IPO'd, OB, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm just like bang, bang, like, buy. Yeah. That's what I was doing. Bang, 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 bang. I was essentially doing that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to rock and roll. I want to grab as much as I can in this. I'm going to be like, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Michael Saylor, I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But I'm just going to follow what he's doing at the end of the day. I'm just going to, every little extra change I get is to buy more. And then who knows what can happen in the next 10 years. And Obi, we got to think, like, we're still in the first year of the current halving cycle, right? Like 2024.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, this...
the Bitcoin long is very much a real trade.
Very much
a real trade. Now, whatever reason you might think that long is right, that's all over the place. But there are very strong reasons why Bitcoin long is the trade. Right, and then I think DCAing into Bitcoin, especially waiting for aggressive dips like 20, 30, 40, 50%, 70% dips, like it has had in the past.
Yep.
If you're waiting, if you really want to, take a shot at like catching a bit of the move, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm like, okay, I love reversions now, and I wish I knew a little bit more about them years ago, but. Next time Bitcoin has like any sort of a decent pullback, I'm looking for a reversion back to the upside, looking to buy some of those consolidations and dips lower where people are very fearful, right? For example, we were just talking about this yesterday. Bitcoin went to like 108s and people were like, oh my God, this is the end. Bitcoin tests 90 or 100 and people are like, oh my God, it's the end, 100,000 breakdown. Like, okay, but you got to remember, it's a $120,000 asset. Right, we just talked about this percentage-wise.
Yeah.
Like, how has that asset behaved in the past? Is this within range? Is this normal kind of behavior? Sure, looking at the numbers on a screen could go up and down and make you feel, fuzzy inside or whatever you want to feel. But that's irrelevant to the actual trade in the position and how the asset moves. So you gotta, if you work in percentages, I think it's a little bit easier. It makes it a little bit easier, and keeps your head in the game a little bit. I think that's what I really like. So I'm waiting for, who knows, maybe we never have a 50% drop ever again.
Yeah.
I could be very much wrong. I'm more than cool. I'm more than fine with that. We'll find other places to get involved with the long as well. So
absolutely. Are we going to Adara there? Or did I get that? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Dang. Adara. Let's go.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know, Meta dropping with volume. I can't find any news on this. People are talking about put selling when I check on social media. I don't know enough to comment on that, but either way, META is dropping with volume. I want to talk about this CCCX here. There's someone here online speculating that this company is presenting at the NVIDIA conference and that this is going to be a pretty big deal. Keep an eye here on CCCX. We know NVIDIA has got a conference coming up here, I believe, in October. So this is pretty forward thinking, but either way, the stock is reacting to this. Again, super vague story. I wish I could give you guys more. Back to you.
Yeah, what do you think, my friend? And there it is, guys. We're still hovering around the highs. Let's take a look at some of the top performing sectors on the day. We've already done our stock visualizer. Lithium Americas leading the way with 139 mentions, Tesla 129. I'm going to do it again, guys. Make sure you guys get in there and vote. $ in what you want. IBIT nowhere to be seen. What is it? What is this? What is this, guys? There it is. I put it. I don't even think you can vote more than once at the end of the day. But boom, USAR, Bull sitting there positive on the day. Open Door, UNH also, Plug Power. Who are you? Shopify, bang, there you go. And then TTD, QUBT, Hood, Palantir, and Tesla, all looking half decent, guys. Thank you for voting. Also hit that like and subscribe, please, and mucho gracias, all right? So 5,800 watching. I hit the like. It says 1. I'm going to refresh. If we don't got 500, we're shutting it down. 423. Come on, get those likes in there for us there, folks. Now, what was I about to get at? Yes, that is right. We're going to take a look at the top performing sectors of the day and see what we cooking up over there, my good friend Obi. Now, my guy, only 2 in the red today. Utilities leading the march, up 1.9% on the session. Healthcare sitting in that second place, up 1.3%. And then the real estate sector, 0.75% right there. Now, for the bottom 3, we got the materials up about 1/5, still holding onto that green. Communication services, barely red. We're down 0.03%, which is very, very interesting. And then the consumer discretionary, 0.32%. So comms, we got the likes of Meta selling off in the discretionary, some weakness displayed in Tesla there, my guy Obi.
Yeah, some weakness being displayed here in the market as well, and that Palantir short finally kind of coming in, breaking back below that VWAP. But don't forget, we've been making higher lows. So am I really expecting this to kind of crack and break down all the way down to the day's lows? Maybe. But I do have to respect a little bit of this. Okay, there's my, I just got, so normally 11:45, I have an alarm being like, okay, if I'm, getting a little stubborn with positions, just get up and go for a walk to kind of get me out of the zone. So that's 11, so it's around that time where, if you're holding something against you, you might want to reassess a few things. Yeah, no, 11:45. Coming in here a couple hours off of the open, and we got that aggressive selling across the board, a little bit of reversions here and there, but there was one stock that was distinctly different in the Mag 7, and I want to talk a little bit about that one here. And they had a little bit of news in the morning. I think it might have been a downgrade or some whatever like that. Yeah, Jefferies, analyst note, whatever. Some analyst saying something, and then people kind of punching the bid. Guess what? Reversion off of the open. So this is how I see it. Market sold off of the open. Apple pretty much did all the selling that or showed us that it did all the selling that it wanted to do today in the pre-market off of that, and holding that 253. Reversion right off of the open. So this is a different kind of reversion. This was very interesting to me. So I'm going to go home and kind of look at this kind of pattern or this occurrence a little bit more. It is a different kind of reversion in my opinion, but the reversion comes in aggressively right off of the open and gets us right back to reference price. But guess what? What makes it even better? Say you don't have that long. Say you're just like, I don't know what it's going to do. Maybe it cracks. Maybe it breaks. Maybe you're taking the long off of this consolidation high here. But this is the most significant candle on the chart today, I think. This was the candle that came in with the news, whatever downgrade, something, Jeffrey had something to say. 257 halves is the reference high. Once we get above there, look at this consolidation that we've been getting. Hold of that reference, hold of that reference. Sure, we're not blasting off to the upside. There's already been some decent aggressive buying that's already been done off of the open, but that reference point, oh boy, a little bit of a scalp, and a hold higher for a push through the high a day. I like that consolidation on Apple. It basically told us that, yeah, it doesn't matter whatever Jeffrey says, Apple is a very strong bid right now. You can see that bid coming in and around those same prices yesterday. So this concept we talked about on what was that thing we put an alert on that was fading off? Nike, right? The buyers were here yesterday, and guess what? The buyers were definitely here today at the same place. So this is what I like. Oh my God, triple whammy right here. Wednesday, the buyers were right here as well on Apple. So what else do you really want to see to take this pre-market consolidation high breakout at 255.30s? Sure, I'm talking about this in retrospect, but if you were watching Apple, which people were off of the open, it was one of my stocks that I was watching, but kind of pulled it off because it was doing something that I didn't really want to see in going into the open. But that was a mistake on my part. Buyers came in exactly where the chart told you buyers were for the past 2-3 days. So just something to watch out for. I like those kind of patterns when it comes to charts. Buyers showing you where they are, sellers showing you where they are, price travels to that area, and then they show up again. So what more do you need to see? I got to get a little bit better at actually executing on those things. For example, Palantir, that concept, you can take that concept and you're going to ask, oh, why are you getting short on Palantir where you are? Well, I'm going to reiterate this. Sellers once again. So of course, third time's a charm. Maybe it's working as of right now, but let's see. Is it going to hold and push, or is it going to hold and break? That's the question that I'm asking right now. So far, it's just a little bit of a hold here on Palantir. We drew that line in just a few minutes ago. Let's see. Oh boy. Yeah, so trend line break. Sellers coming in here as well, so longs maybe a little bit offside. It's an arbitrary trend line. I'm sure you can kind of clean it up a little bit to get more precise, but you get the gist of it, right? Sellers kind of stepping in and momentum slowing down. So I flip the script from the long to the short, and let's see if that comes into fruition. But where's the next trade? That's what I'm asking. What are you guys trading? Intel apparently lost all the EMAs. Okay, what's happening on Intel? I really, really like Intel, man. As a daily trader, when it does show up with opportunities and when it is in play. And guess what? As of right now, higher time frame, Intel is very, very much in play. Sure, it might not be doing the right kind of relative volume, but is very much in play for sure because of the higher time frame kind of technical stuff that's going on with Intel here. So beautiful kind of selling happening. Yesterday, aggressive bid, strong bid. This thing went. This thing had such a strong bid in my support and resistances. This thing went level to level twice intraday. It went level to level and then level to level again. So double level travel yesterday. Maybe we get some selling today. I have no idea, but that's a good look on your part, man. What's up, Adara?
Yeah, interesting story here on oil. I have BOIL up. You can have any of these oil or gas related plays. This is on watch because we're getting more reports that OPEC Plus is going to be issuing another oil output hike on Sunday, though the size is unclear. Now, OPEC actually denied these reports a couple days ago. Previous reports that they hiked their output, they said that's not happening. But now it looks like this is once again is being reported. If I get any confirmation, I'll let you know. But either way, despite OPEC denying they're going to be hiking production, we once again hear reports that they, in fact, will be hiking production. Back to you.
Yeah, well, whoever mentioned Circle, yeah, I mean, again, right, there it is, bang, it takes another big time pop. And I was keeping my eye on it, so if you just had the patience, and I think that's one of the #1 skills. It's so weird within trading is because you have to be patient and aggressive at the exact same time. But if you had the ability to just sit on your hands for a little bit, boom, look at that breakout. Continue looking for the repeat offense. Did the exact same thing yesterday. 50 cents off of the all-time high here, a little bit more than that. If we get up to 69.50, then we're 50 cents away from hitting $70 on IBIT. I only have 2 more outs here, guys, so I don't have very many shares, in all honesty, left. So I got 1 more. Should I just hold it on for the dream to run into 70? I liked what SPY was up to here as well, too. Nice hammer candle right at the volume weighted average price, and you're starting to get a little bit of a bounce. So let's see if it can break that key pivot right there. But there goes the crypto name. What is the actual underlying trading at here, Obi? Let's take a gander at Bitcoin itself. 122.36. Bang. Let's rock. Let's stock and roll on the crypto space. Circle is insane. Someone else mentioned Coinbase. There goes Ethereum as well too. So guess what's in vogue? It's the crypto names, and that's exactly what we want to see. Coin's going, but it's not moving like Circle or anything along those lines. Ethereum's not doing what I would like either. I think Adara brought to us the other day that some analysts believe that it's going to be relatively flat on the year from where we're currently trading at. Ethereum?
People are expecting it to be like some not flat on the year, but flat versus where it is now. Where
exactly? That's what I mean. So not much more appreciation on that one. Anything can happen at any given moment, right? Don't forget that the yield in Ethereum is really, really attractive as you like to stake it, and you provide obviously security and the burn rate and everything along those lines to the network. So shout out Vitalik. But we good. What's
I haven't seen that guy in the longest time. What's he?
I watched this documentary the other day.
He's still making those videos? I used to remember he used to do like a lot of prank videos and stuff.
Did he actually?
Vitaly?
Yeah.
Isn't that the guy who used to make prank videos? I swear, no?
No.
Who am I thinking of?
Yeah, I know which guy you're thinking of. That guy, that's a different guy.
It's Vitaly though, right?
No, this is the Ethereum. Yeah, the Ethereum.
Oh,
guy.
right. Yeah. Okay.
I know who you're talking about there.
I lost in the sauce right now. I'm too busy staring at this tape. I'm like, Vitaly, what?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. He's a different individual, that's for sure. I mean, the guy is worth how much money? He sleeps in tents. He stays at
Smart
just like
guy,
other. He doesn't really own anything. He just sleeps at other people's houses, and all he really cares about is Ethereum. And yeah, it's a very interesting documentary. Vitaly's in jail. I think it's Vitalik. Pardon me?
Yeah? That's what I thought. I was like, wait,
but didn't he? I thought he got out for a while. No, he's back in there, eh? Yeah, we got to watch out. He posted up on Bale or Bali. BTC, let's go, close all-time high. Yeah, maybe, possibly. But anyways, enough of the crypto talk for now, guys. We're going to be going back and forth with it all throughout the session. That's what we like. Oh, wow, yay, congratulations. My Ethereum contract is now unrealized $1 whole. Let's go, bang. Yeah, I know. Yeah, thanks for that one there, Ethereum. But yeah, in all seriousness, guys, let's take a look at some of the top volume names here on the session. TSLL leading the way once again, 110 million shares traded on the day. boom, Tank City, and no real bounce signals here on Tesla. So we're going to wait for Monday morning, bright and early, to see if we can get anything potentially on a trade. Wow, Circle's putting an insane amount of volume in on this 5-minute print, guys. Go check out Circle, and the selling pressure is really starting to kick up there. INTC selling on the session as well too. I like how you mentioned 40 on that there, Obi. Wow, there's another high on IBIT. We're loving that. We're going to hold this for 69.60, and then we're going to be all out of that. QUBT quantum space, we already know that's hot. Palantir, Obi he's still short right at the volume weighted average price, so not too bad of a look there.
The position board reset.
Oh, it reset? Oh, okay. So you've still been in it the whole time.
Look, there's no outs on.
Okay.
So I just took a little bit of an ad here. Market's pulling back into its highs, right? And we only have about roughly just under 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle to print. And we're still kind of churning in and around under VWAP technically as of right now. But 180, a little bit of a chop on 180. So just dabbling, trying to keep it a little tight here. Looking for maybe some tailwind, but I like the VWAP hold on Palantir as of right now. Chris Arthur saying pranks maybe Anatoly, the powerlifter. I watch some Anatoly. He's pretty cool. He's pretty funny. But some of his videos kind of get old. You know, tinfoil hat, tinfoil suit. I do feel like some of them are definitely scripted in a sense, but it's funny.
All of those are scripted.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of scripting. Yeah. So you can kind of see that, and I'm just like, all right, well, you know, content quality kind of drops for me if things are like scripted and stuff. And it's just like that's why I like a lot of this like reality TV and stuff as well. I'm just like I'm just like, dude, this stuff is like clearly it is scripted to a certain extent, for sure.
Adair said, "Don't hate on reality TV."
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know.
I was a sucker.
Watching some reality TV right here, right now.
Yeah, we're sitting in it.
Exactly.
Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, I mean, some of those ones I think they're funny. There's a lot of Toronto kids that do that, and they'll go to like Dundas Square.
Like, no one's saying it's realistic, right? For reality TV, people are just saying it's fun. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's entertaining is what it is. At the end of the day, it's just entertainment.
I just think it's brain rot, dude.
Yeah, no, that's
my brain
fair,
cells
man.
are better used elsewhere.
There's only so much of it you can watch. Yeah, for me, like, listen.
Man.
I know you don't like it, Obi, but I'll tell you one thing. Yeah. The first season of Too Hot to Handle was like, oh my God, how come I've never heard of this thing ever before? I love Too Hot to Handle. Yeah, I'm a sucker for it. But now it's at like 5 or 6, so it's irrelevant for me. First season was good. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get back into these markets. Circle starting to climb back high. IBIT, another new high right there. We were going through some of the volume names. Obi, trust me, I'm with you, brother. Selena's been watching the show Big Brother, and me, I just go and sit at my desk and grind Blue Ocean. I'm like, I can't sit here and watch this low budget stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, boom, let's go grind Blue O, and then see what else we got going on. Who was it yesterday who asked me about Blue Ocean? Was that you, Rivian? Was that you, Rivian Millionaire, who asked me about Blue Ocean yesterday? It's just the overnight exchange, or I guess routing there.
Robinhood has it.
Do they have Blue Ocean? Yeah, so there you go, bang. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the platforms are going to have it now. So yeah, let's go. I mean, it's just crypto across the board. Look at Robinhood, bang. Speaking of that, 149.98 there, Obi. We're at 150. Man, I was talking to my friend yesterday. I'm like, dude, I got a 2.5 bagger on Robinhood. This is an absolute phenomenal name here. Personally, I was buying it in like the 30s. I think my average price is like $35, $37. I have no idea at this point. I did trim some at 122. That looks like that was definitely a wrong thing to do. But I mean, hey, took some off, took 50%, which might have been a little bit of a hefty size, but don't complain. Lock in that profit, because when we go parabolic like this, Obi, the chances of a big time pullback are there, and they can be equally as aggressive.
Yeah, I think so. I like that you said that, because, you know, the concept of symmetry when it comes to price action is something that I truly, honestly believe in. And it's like the chart's kind of, okay, we were getting a little bit of a bid here. You know what? I'm gonna get out of this. Okay, that was a little bit of an ad. Okay, hold on. Let me just deal with this. But yeah, no, I think that's something to definitely watch out for. Seems like the bid is coming. Yeah, the market broke out of that consolidation high as of right now. Let's see, where is that high right there? Yeah, I should be getting out right here. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. Come again. Let's go to the next trade. That was a little bit of a loser, right? I instead of punching out of my position, I kind of doubled up, and I was like, okay, well, that should not happen. Insta punch out on that mistake, as we are poised for a little bit of a 181 test here on Palantir as it pushes a little bit higher. So yeah, higher lows, higher lows. We was like, I do have to watch out for those higher lows, and guess what? We did make a higher low, and we're pushing up a little bit higher here as well with the market, both the Nasdaq and the ES, but maybe that 181 stays as a little bit supply, as a little bit of a supply zone. So we're going to wait and watch out to see if that comes into fruition. But what are you guys trading? I see that Laura Sanchez is talking about BMNR. So let's take a quick look at that one. Yeah, this was another one that that was running, and this one was absolutely wild, and I was just like, I don't know what's happening here, pretty crazy, but you know, sometimes I don't even know how my plug talks. So plug power, kind of a wild move on the day today, but craziness. So let's take a quick look at, what was it, BMNR right after we get back with happening now.
Oh my God, what a pop there. We're going all-time high at OB. On Bitcoin.
The bid came in like...
Here's the Nasdaq trying to recover here a little bit from the lows. We were thrown for a bit of a loop. We knew we weren't going to get economic data, but it's still weird to have a Friday where you're expecting NFP data and it does not end up coming through. And that is, again, because of the government shutdown that will impact some of the numbers next week, most notably the imports, exports, and balance of trade. It's going to be probably the biggest impact. And then jobless claims, again, we will not be getting due to the government shutdown unless that does end up resolving. We had some interesting comments earlier from Fed's Myron. We'll get him again today speaking on Fox Business at 3 p.m. I'll try to watch that if I can. Then we'll get some more Fed speak. 1:30 p.m. Fed's Logan, 1:40 p.m. Fed's Jefferson. So Fedapalooza around 1:30 p.m. Around that same time, Caroline Leavitt will begin hosting her press conference. Second one of the week at 1 p.m. So lots of action-packed events. But guess what? I'll be there covering all of that for you guys to make sure you are apprised of all the info you need to know for the market. Here is TSLA. I'm going to be working on an infographic for the deliveries for the other vehicles, specifically the more popular Model Y and Model 3. But for the vehicles that are put in their other category, X, S, and Cybertruck, as you can see, I've mentioned this a couple times now, we did have growth, which is pretty impressive because this group in particular has really slumped over the last couple of quarters. Now, I bring this up again because Tesla, despite a strong quarter across the board, really is struggling to get any upward momentum. The stock is down for the second day in a row. But you know what's not down is anything in the crypto space. Coinbase pushing to the upside. This is the daily chart, just one example of many of these crypto names breaking out of these consolidations and pushing higher. What's next for crypto? We'll have to wait. Time will tell. But it does look like people are expecting that new all-time high in Bitcoin with positive commentary and bullish price targets coming from analysts like Citigroup. And today we had JP Morgan. Now, we'll get an awesome lesson of the day from Neil. But before we get that, we will take a moment to thank our friends at Plus 500. Are you looking for futures trading platform that actually delivers without hidden costs? With Plus 500 Futures, you get free live charts, transparent fees, low margins, and an unlimited demo so you can practice until you're ready to trade live. Open an account and start trading with as little as $100. With Plus 500's powerful platform, you can gain access to, or you can access a wide range of futures like the S&P 500, Nasdaq, Bitcoin, gas, Forex, metals, crypto, and more all in one place. Plus, you'll enjoy a welcome bonus of up to $200 in commission-free trading. So just scan that QR code on screen to apply for our account today and join over 30 million users worldwide who've already chosen Plus 500. Check that out and check this out. Neil's lesson of the day. Take it away.
Nice segue, Dara. Thank you very much. So, if you're looking at this chart, what bias would you be? Now, ignore the fact that this silly thing says negative, because that kind of kills it. But if you look at the last couple of sessions in Intel, it would make sense to have a potential bias to the long side, like I did. But the question becomes, like, how and when can you get rid of that bias and maybe flip in the other direction? It all starts at a bare minimum of acknowledging when the long is wrong, right? So first things first, like when we come in this morning, the stock is holding yesterday's highs. So 2 days in a row, strong on positive news, and it's holding yesterday's highs. To me, that can easily be a continuation long play. And obviously, right off the open, unless you had a breakout trade, no good. It dips off VWAP to the high. It dips off the prior lows into only the volume-weighted average price. And then, to me, you could argue that I stopped out early here, but hey, let's be real. I would have stopped out anyways if I just waited 5 minutes. So all the same. And at that point, it's like, all right, we've gotten away with a couple of longs in a downward trend. And you would easily be able to say, if you were short bias, that's a false break of the high and let's go short. But the way I sort of look at it is I'm not completely abandoning the uptrend on a stock like this until it really shows me something underneath. And it was pretty nasty in terms of the way that it fell down. Like, there was nothing very clean to get you into a short here unless you were already thinking short the break of the prior high. However, there is something that happened after it consolidated, which then made it a continuation short. And this is what I want to get at. It pulls into what looks like a support level, right? Bounces into the volume-weighted average price. This is about 1050. And if you look at what's happening at 1050, I'm just going to pull up the Nasdaq for you. And at 1050, as this is getting into and rejecting the volume-weighted average price, notice how your higher low and starting to break out on a 15 on the Nasdaq. Like, the Nasdaq is trying to break back out. Meanwhile, Intel is putting in a lower high and rejecting VWAP. And then it puts in the same time that you're still breaking out on the Nasdaq, you're putting in more lower highs in Intel. So for myself here, it's twofold. One, understand that I can like the long in a stock, but eventually you've got to give it up and stay disciplined. But you don't have to immediately flip short. You can simply look to where might be a short entry. Okay, well, do I have any other reason why I think this is a short? Relative weakness to the market, it's putting in lower highs as the market is trying to climb out of it and put in some higher lows and higher highs, and it's putting in lower highs and lower lows. So all of a sudden, it's now going counter to the overall market, which gives me a second reason to potentially like the short when I came in with the long bias. At a bare minimum, you always want to be out and giving up the long. I don't say giving up the long, but getting out of the long, and maybe you could have caught that bottom. Congrats if you did. But it's that relative strength or weakness that could be the extra straw in the hat that can get me away from, ooh, as this gets to VWAP, maybe I'm thinking go long as it breaks because the market's strong. I might have that thought, but I can't have that thought anymore when it's putting in lower highs and lower lows when the market is doing the exact opposite. That's the reason to flip. So I'll keep reloading this till it breaks the volume-weighted average price as long as it can stay in this little counter trend to the market. It is all well and good for something to have structure and give you a bias because of its previous day's actions. But when that doesn't work, you can't just sit there bleeding on it because that was your thought that day. You've got to be able to switch it up. And it doesn't matter if you get to a trend a little bit late, if that trend continues. As long as you get there eventually, there's plenty of time left in the day and there's always opportunities in the market. So very simple lesson of the day, everybody. Good luck with the rest of your trading. And as always, stay disciplined.
Good stuff there. I mean, guys, yeah, we're not too far off that now. We're just about 1.5% on that all-time high there on Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure this is IBIT's all-time high. I just tapped into 69.99. Obviously, slightly different because the overnight trading and everything along those lines. But yeah, we got all out of that one there. I mean, I can't really ask for more. You catch the meat of the move. Obviously, to have a little more shares would be more ideal, but that's not the situation that we're currently sitting in. I don't know what Circle thinks it is at this point. Like, boom, this is parabolic type price action. You're up $10 already on this day, low of around 144. You're trading around 155 currently right now. So yeah, a big time level that we're running into there on Bitcoin, $122,833. So yeah, a really, really good look. Yeah, so what do you got? You're saying quick scalps on some things there, Obi?
Yeah, I was talking to Vern was saying I have the same PLTR short. Hopefully it sticks. I was like, yeah, man, hopefully it sticks too. And it is sticking a little bit right now. It's sticking it to maybe some VWAP. It's sticking to VWAP. That's all I'm seeing right now. So I did get short on the pop again. I got stopped out. You guys saw me get stopped out. But here's the thing. Here's the difference. When I got back in, I got in significantly more than I was in on these initial prices because I'm like, all right, well, if you're going to do that and then now pull back, I like the trade even better. So just reversion back down into VWAP right there. That's the quick first piece. And then yeah, let's see what it does, and then just trying to be as nimble as possible, being like, all right, well, if we're going to consolidate, whatever. If we're seeing buyers kind of step in, because don't forget, we've had bids that are stepping relatively higher since the flush off of the open. So I'm looking for that to kind of break a little bit. We did see that it did kind of break here, but here's the thing. Just because a trend line breaks doesn't mean that it's just going to continue selling. The trend line breaks, it could just mean that the buying has slowed down or stopped for a while. Maybe we're consolidating before we continue up. It could mean a lot of different things. Just because a trend line price breaks a trend line doesn't necessarily mean you just push into it. Some situations, yes. Right? If it's significant, it's very similar to just like support and resistance, like horizontals, right? You guys see me throw up these trend lines all the time, and yeah, it's just whatever you're using to define a trend. It could be a trend line, it could be a moving average, it could be anything. What is your definition of trend? When does that break? And when it breaks, what do you do? That should be a little bit in your rule set. So, oh boy, look at this pullback, 179.60s. Now we just got to trail this a little bit. What's an effective way to trail? I have no idea. Maybe I do. But let's see if this low, 179.55, gets taken out. That's only about 10 pennies. And this would be maybe like a short, like a structure break. We broke the trend. We attempt to push a little bit higher. We find supply in and around where we have been finding it since 10:30 this morning. And it's about 12 o'clock. So supply's been here, here, and here. And guess what? More supply coming right in. Exactly where it told you it was before. Unless and until that's violated, then we can start thinking a little bit differently, I think. That's how I like to take it. But piecing off a little bit here as we maybe hold a little bit of this level. The market pulling back here on this current 15-minute candle with only about less than 3 minutes left to print. The close is looking a little red, so maybe we do pull back. Maybe we get that little bit of a tailwind. Wow, this chart is starting to look a little bit like a Christmas tree here with all the choppy arrows that are going into this. Let me go down to a 1 minute and see. So a little bit less chop. So you see, you had the long. Had to be taking some of that out. That was bad, but can't be. There's something I was talking to Jose about recently. Is like if you get in the money so much on a position, it does not make sense to lose on that position. Like I have to be like if I get in the money a little bit. So for example, we'll take this specific example right here. So here a little blue arrow, as you guys can see, 179 push. It goes all the way from 179s to 181. Sure, I wasn't at my desk necessarily, but this is a good example because I find myself doing this more often than not because I'm like, oh yeah, I believe in the trade, but guess what? The belief should be gone right here when it turns because I'm playing the momentum, I'm playing the continuation, I'm playing the flow of buying, I'm playing the buying pressure. So once that buying pressure is done, guess what? So is the trade. So I got to do a little bit better at kind of being like, okay, well, if it's all the way in the money, $2 from 179 to 181s, I can't let it hit my original stop down here at 178 halves. Why am I losing 50 pennies when I was $2 in the money, right? So that's something I do have to work on. Even taking a break even is much better when something is done that, right? There's no reason to be losing, and I definitely agree with Jose on that one. Yeah, a little bit of a trend down here on Palantir, it would seem, as of right now. Confluence with the market, we did break down that 55 low. Hey, yo, look at that. I got an alert for Rocket Lab. Remember earlier we put on that alert for Rocket Lab? Guess what? Rocket Lab is breaking out of that high. So boom, there we go. There is potentially the next trade. And guess what? Rocket Lab I already had here on my chart. So let's see if there is continuation on RKLB here, 55.20. So 55.17 was that level. We're chopping and churning right now. Don't forget, we've already had a pretty strong bid, 51 halves, all the way to 55 tens, right? So pretty decent move. Rocket definitely there, blasting to the upside. So shout out to the swing longs on this one, working out absolutely beautifully. So let's see how well it does breaking through that 55.17. Another thing I do want to remember and reiterate. Look at the weekly chart. We looked at the weekly chart here on Rocket Labs. What is the likelihood of a breakout being clean when you look at this? What is the likelihood? When the last time we had a breakout, 51, yeah, we go to 54, great intraday, I'm sure, right? But this is weeklies we're looking at. So here on the weekly, as we're pushing up, going into the end of the week, I love this consolidation for a continuation, as a continuation pattern, but are we going to see an aggressive push in the next few hours for a measured move off of this kind of leg consolidation leg? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to be watching this coming into next week as well. This is holding that 55.17 as of right now. And if we're going to close a flat top on the week, that's even better for a potential continuation next week. But you can see the way this thing behaves. The weekly candles do tend to have a little bit of wick action on both sides. So we've already had the bottom wick. What that usually makes me ask, what is the probability of us closing with a flat top on the week? I think it's less than more. But I could be proven very wrong as well. And if I am proven wrong, then that makes the continuation trade even better next week. So there's a lot of different ways you can kind of look at this stuff. I feel like I'm just rambling right now. We did say we were going to look at BMNR. I think Laura Sanchez asked for it earlier. So BMNR, sorry about that. We'll take a look at that before I pass it back to Joe. Yeah, look at this. BMNR has a bunch of indicators on here from when it did blast off of its earnings June 30th earlier this year. So let's go to a shorter time frame. We're still on the weekly chart. Let's see what BMNR is doing here as of right now. Oh boy, Palantir gave me $1. So let me just take some off there.
Oh, you got it.
Arbitrarily there. It is what it is, man. I'm just trying to go with the flow. Let's see what happens. If it gives it to us, I'll take it. If it doesn't, I should be doing better to respect it and walk away. That's what I'm trying to work on. Getting better at respecting that it's not working and just walking away. Sometimes that's really hard to do, but it is something that I am trying to get better at, and I for sure will get better at. I know that for a fact. So just a work in progress. So BMNR. Nice consolidation, breakout, but guess what? Nice little lick grab of pre-market highs so far right now. I know bigger picture, this thing has been running. If you were looking for a breakout of this, that might have happened already in the pre-market session. That move was done. You can see relative volume kind of sustaining throughout the after hours and the pre-market session. Nice consolidation flat off of the open. I love when stocks consolidate like this, like really flat barcode in the pre-market, because it defines levels for you. It gives you very, very defined levels to work with, and then you can make a potential plan off of those levels, right? So I like that. BMNR. Good stock to kind of trade when it is in play, when it's doing things. But as for me right now, I'm not really seeing anything too crazy. But we know the crypto space is running.
It's running, brother. It's absolutely running. We got into an all-time high there on IBIT, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that's a really good look. I'm going to get prepared for something. I got something to show you guys here momentarily as well as I get ready for our a little something on the side. But, no, I think you guys are going to like it. It's going to make everything a lot more simplistic. I'm not going to give too much away, but I'll show you there momentarily as soon as I get the nod from Assassino. We get done what we need to get done, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, there it is, guys. Like, I mean, we get out at 69.60s, it climbs another 50 cents or so. But again, you catch the meat of the move. We can't be too worried about that. Yes, and yes, RGTI is putting in a new high of the day as well. All right, guys. Beta Pro by Global X Canada has just launched 6 new triple leverage ETFs, offering 3x bull and 3x bear exposure to the S&P and TSX 60, semiconductors, and U.S. Treasuries. Even better, they're offering a special free rebate, dropping management fees to just 65 basis points until December 31st, 2025. These ETFs are also employ currency hedging to seek to neutralize U.S. dollar exposure, providing performance that may more accurately reflect the underlying U.S. equities indices. If you're a tactical, sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca 3x daily to learn a little bit more. Yeah, so there it is. Scott H., you're right. Gorev, let's see what you and Jag are up to in Los Pollos. Can you all please sell everything? Whoa. Why would we do that, Jag? We don't want to do that. But anyways, let's get to what I was about to display to you guys. Fabian just continuously killing it here. He made us another program where we can see all of the questions in the chat. I'm not going to give too much away aside from that. So we're not going to miss them. I think this is going to be really important. Now we can track everything from a question standpoint. If we happen to miss it, just put it in there. We can scroll through this now and get back to your previous question. So anything along those lines from here on out, guys, put those questions in the chat, trading related, stock related, psychology, whatever it may be, technology in regards to, hey, what kind of system setup should I look at? What kind of computer? How many monitors? It doesn't matter what it is. Put those questions in the chat, and we're going to do our best to run through them and take a look at that. Once again, Fabian, really, really good job there, my friend. So yeah, we'll continuously go through some of those these questions throughout the day and everything throughout the session. Who is okay? So yeah, there was an interesting one here.
Neil.
So, yeah, what happened?
Neil's cracking me up in the chat.
What did Neil say?
He's right there. Does Obi like sports? Go sports.
Go sports.
Hey, I love playing sports. I love playing sports. Basketball, I'll play a pickup game of basketball any day.
Any day.
Football, let's go, let's play. What else do I like? Volleyball, I'll play. We haven't played volleyball. I remember when I first came to the floor, we used to go to Woodbine Beaches. We went there a few times and just played volleyball.
Yeah,
after the close on like a Friday. It was absolutely beautiful. We haven't done that like ever since. Yeah. What was I saying? I was gonna lead to something with that, but I don't remember. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's
Neil's making me crack up.
Is Neil still going on over there? He's asking me if I like. Does Obi like sports? I think Obi like. I mean, he may not watch them. Doesn't mean he doesn't like them. I thought because I know
Rivet Millionaire. I know nothing
about that.
I know that I know nothing. That's what I know.
But see, the thing is though, Obi, the more you know you don't know.
Yeah. See, there are known knowns and there are unknown unknowns.
Here you go.
What's up?
And if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Oh, now you know. Ooh, but
there you go.
You didn't know before. You didn't know. Will Joe buy any Girl Guide cookies from my daughter? My friend, I already did. Did I not? I did. I gave you. Do you need me to buy more?
You're selling Girl Guide cookies?
No, I don't want them. I will donate to the cause.
He's got some cookies.
This is pretty useless to anyone that isn't here, but I'm just throwing it out there because Obi didn't know. Yes, my daughter is in Embers because it's no longer brownies. That's neither here nor there. Is in Embers, and she's selling Girl Guide cookies. And I just got a supply, not just of the mint, but the traditional chocolate and vanilla because it's now seasonal. It's only supposed to be the mint in the winter. It is only mint, but the leader of our group actually was able to get some cases of the other.
Guys.
So I just sold a couple to Randy. Sharif is getting a couple.
How much are they? $6?
$6 a box.
One.
So, I'm just throwing it out there. My daughter already is
Buddy,
like,
where did you go? Where did you go on your trip? That's a lot of ones, my friend. Those are straight up a lot of ones.
Yeah, well,
oh my goodness, are you crazy?
We're gonna donate these.
Do
to
I
the
even
cause.
want them ones, man? I know where those ones have been.
Where are those ones coming from?
Where
That's what I'm saying.
You want them or no? You want it for the thing? Listen, I'm a generous.
He's taking e-transfers now.
He's taking it. He's like this transfer only. Listen, I'm a generous guy, right? Like I told you guys when I was.
Hold on a second. How is this man gonna buy Girl Guide cookies with some ones that you know where them came from?
No, they didn't come from there.
They didn't come from where?
They tell me you went to a bachelor. He went to a bachelor party and those ones came from somewhere else.
I have no idea. I would never go ever in establishments like that. Are you kidding me?
What do you mean, my guy?
I'm a sucker. Listen,
what do you mean, my guy?
Dude, I'm in Chicago. I'm a sucker.
What do you mean you're a sucker? What do you mean? You pay 40 instead of 20?
No, listen what I'm getting at. If little kids are selling things on the street, I'm a sucker for that.
Okay.
Like, take my money, right? Like, and that's what I was doing. When I was in Chicago, I'm like, hey, all right, these little kids are just trying to sell me things. I'm like, I don't even want it. Just take my money. Here's $5, here's there. And my Uber driver, if you're playing the music that I like, I'm just throwing the cash down. That's just my mentality, man. That's how it is. But I will give that to you there, Neil. I'll buy another box, even though you asked me. I bought a box before. We gave it to you in American money. What'd you hear? There you go, brother.
Which flavor do you want?
I don't know. I told you I don't even want the cookies.
My wallet's back there.
I told you I don't even want the cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I'll do chocolate.
5,
I don't like mint.
6.
Chocolate.
There. I don't want the cookies. I'm telling you, I don't want them. You just move it on. That's going to increase. No, keep them, please.
All right.
You eat them
you.
because I'll just leave them there in the office. I want none of that stuff. I just give it away. It's like, here, keep it, keep it, keep it. It comes and goes.
Listen, you know, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of singles in my wallet.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I got a bunch of singles and then 5s and
Very
20s
good.
as well, like USDs. And I don't have any. Well, the thing is, we don't have dollar bills in Canada.
we
got
used to.
loonies and toonies coins, which I'm just like, yeah, no. I don't really want to.
You got who's got
Yeah,
this
let's
one
go.
here? All right.
Let's do this. All right, guys. Trade the pool. The Trade the Pool Beat Ackman live trading competition is here, October 8th to October 10th. Every day, Ackman makes his move. Your mission is to outperform him, beat his return, prove you've got what it takes. Then, the grand finale on October 13th. Broadcast live right here on Trader TV with Trade the Pool team live in the studio. Over $600,000 worth of prizes are up for grabs, guys. $25,000, $50,000, and even $100,000 evaluation accounts, plus surprise giveaways during the live show. Don't watch, compete. Beat Ackman, win big. Scan the QR and start trading today. Oh boy.
No, Jake, those
I'm
weren't.
gonna be you know what? Here's the thing. How much does it take to beat Ackman? Like,
Oh
what if
my-
you take like I don't understand. Like, what, in terms of like percent moves of your trades?
Does beating Ackman including yelling at Carl Icahn over CNBC? Because if that's part of the challenge, please.
That's a classic.
I
That's a
was
classic beef. I'm surprised you know about that one. That's a classic beef, and that was absolutely beautiful. But yeah, no. Like, for example, Palantir, the pullback that we just took, that's a 1% pullback. The thing is, Ackman plays a different playbook. You got to understand the money being moved. It's harder to make a 1% move with a lot more money than it is to make a 1% move with much less capital. You got to remember that, right?
I mean, well.
So there are markets that are very, very undervalued and have a strong potential, but you won't see Buffett buying them because that's not the playbook, that's not the trade. Even though the upside potential in trade could be there for someone with a smaller account.
Yeah.
Right? So something to watch out for. Palantir down into the depths. Why did I cover so much on top of 179s? Oh boy, we are $2 down now.
Money.
Oh boy.
Money.
That's a what, 2%? No, not yet. But 178. 178's the next stop. We'll see. I'm literally holding on to nothing because I was just like boom, 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 boom. You saw how many covers I had, dude. Too many covers, too aggressive. What are you doing? I'm talking about these covers right here. Look at that, boom, boom, boom. Why am I covering? The trend is still to the downside. Prior bar hasn't broken. No real reason to cover. But you know what? Arbitrary actions sometimes I take, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. But it is what it is. Where's the next trade is what I'm asking. I'll think about how to get better at this specific trade after the close. But I'm looking for the next trade. That's what I'm looking for.
All right.
Dragonfly, Intel, Tesla. That's what we're doing. And oh boy, dude.
I got a poll for Assassino.
Let's go.
I gotta get.
Okay. That IBIT is going, man. I'm looking at your chart over there. That is
you're telling me.
Big stick to the upside here on IBIT. All right, that's a 50 penny wipe up on Palantir. Is the bid here? I don't know, but I do want to piece off a little bit here as of right now. All right, so we'll.
Yeah, all right, I'm good to go. All right, we're gonna get that poll up there.
Yes.
I sent it to Assassino. We're gonna see if we can get that rocking and rolling. Yeah, there goes IBIT, man. Man, what a great time. I'm so happy that I got out of Ethereum. I'm going to tell you guys full disclosure, man. I had a lot of contracts on. I had a lot of shares rocking and rolling, and I was sweating at one point. And I'm like, oh man, I felt like myself just aging day by day, but now we're rock and rolling. But see, the thing is though, with trading, we're all excited right now, and it can end in the flick of a button, right? Someone just like decides to do something, and
it only takes one trader.
It's just like boom, you know what? Bang, like get at it, like everything's over. That 20 minutes of fun, it didn't last very long. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right there. So yeah, Neil, glad you got an additional donation on that one. I sent it to Fabian. Dang. Oh yeah, I sent it to Fabian. I'm gonna send that one to Assassino and see if we can get that poll up, guys. Simplistic stuff. BTC, ATH, yes or no? Today. Today, yes, intraday, maybe even on the midday at the current pace that we're moving. This thing is going absolutely parabolic. Look, I got out at 69.60s. We're now trading almost $1 from that specific level. Bitcoin broke out. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Tom Lee, 200K. Remember, I say it every single day. I'm holding you accountable, but I like some of the numbers that Adair brought to us a little bit more realistic. Pardon me?
Hold that man accountable.
I'm holding
the man accountable. I respect that. Tom Lee, we're all watching you.
Bang. All right, so there it is. So there's that one. So maybe I'll just do an X post like, come on, Lee, like how Elon told Dan to shut up. Like, shut up, Dan. So maybe we'll go something along those lines if we can catch any attention. But considering like the path that we've been on here with this name, guys, you got to watch out for potential like heavy selling as you're running into those all-time highs, right? I'm going to go yes. Overnight, I think we have a big-time opportunity to continue to climb higher. I know Sharif was talking about a lot of shorts are going to get liquidated north of 118. Well, we're a couple grand past that level now, so that's what we're looking at. We got that poll up. Make sure you guys get those votes in. 67 votes so far. 71% yes, 30% no. Rook it, yeah, pump the jam, pump it up. All right, so yeah, I mean, also guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We only got 10% of you, of the individuals here in the chat, 5,200 of us, and only 635 likes. Let's get a little bit more. Stop. It's free 99.
Hey,
there it is. So you can't go wrong with that one. Also, here, let's do this one. Where is it, Obi?
Boom, right there.
You have the option to like and subscribe. This trade has unlimited upside.
Hey, let's go.
There
I like
it is,
that. I like
man.
the play on words there.
Bam.
Boom.
So yeah, that's what we got going
A bit
on.
of a lean back.
Yeah, we're having a good time. I hope everyone in the chat is as well too. So make sure you guys get those votes in, hit that like, hit that subscribe. You're all out of Palantir now?
Yeah,
Okay,
I posted a bid earlier, and I think it came in and just took it out, and I was just like, all right, well, I guess I'm done. I guess I'm done with it there. Bit of a fumble, covering a little too much before this prior structure low breakdown. But here's the thing: even if I'm covering, I'm trying to get better with playing the flow. If I see it continuing and I cover some off, it's okay to churn some. I just got to get right back into the shares that I got out of if I really truly do think that this is going to continue, kind of like churning. And it's funny, I was talking to Jose again about kind of the churning, the concept of churning shares as the trade kind of moves in your favor. And that's a pretty advanced concept, in my opinion. I think that's a pretty advanced concept. Easy to talk about, easy to kind of theorize and be like, okay, this is what should be done. Very difficult to do real time, in my opinion. As of right now, for now in my trading, but that's something I'm trying to work towards, right? Churning shares effectively in a momentum move as structure builds on itself, and even like pyramiding. Pyramiding is a good way to put it, but pyramiding with outs on the way, not pyramiding with just like taking the whole thing and just continuing to add. That's a whole different thing as well. I'm trying to learn how to do that effectively. Man, trend trading. I say this often. Trend is your friend until the end, until it bends.
Yeah.
Read that before. I always forget who said that initially, but great traders of the past have definitely iterated those words. But yeah, I think that's something to learn, something to watch out for. I like reversion, so when something is trending, I'm watching it, I'm stalking it. The trend itself is bringing it into my radar. Right? So if something is trending strong, for example, Palantir today is a great example of this, right? Palantir, I'm gonna go ahead and say that was probably like a B trade.
Okay.
B trade.
But
I was nowhere on the Palantir, the reversion. I was nowhere near B size.
You're in C size.
I think I was in maybe even less than C size. I told you I was having some technical difficulties. Initially. I wanted to punch in more, but I was busy logging out and logging back in to do that, and it just worked. I just put in my stop and logged off to to log back in, and it was already up here at 179. So I'm like, yeah, the EV's definitely changed up here, so I'm going to reassess. So Palantir, I guess that was a good out because well, for the rest of it, we're catching a little bit of a bid back above some 179s here. Market's catching a little bit of a bid here as well. The strongest one out of all of them is, I would say, as of right now, goggles. So let's take a look through this one here. Google, a little bit to the upside here. So I don't know where that anchored VWAP is coming in here, but on a 3-minute, probably not accurate. Wow, look at this shelf, man. This is the kind of stuff I want to be like. If you guys ever see this stuff, please point it out because this is a solid hold. This is what a held bid kind of looks like on a mag stock. Maybe it's not a perfectly held bid. You can see we have some leakage through that held bid where price does kind of wick below. But look at that reclaim. That's what I want to see. I want to see bids stepping up and defending. That is some strong defense at 242 in the morning session. That defense on Google after some strong selling lasted for a whole hour, man. And then that defense turned into a little bit of a bid break of that downtrend, 100% reversion, and now we're going for more. So absolutely beautiful there. There's so many different kinds of reversions. They're so beautiful, and I love them. And I can't wait to, one day maybe have a bigger arsenal of different kinds of reversions to work with, right? And I talked about the Apple one. We talked about the Palantir one earlier today. Palantir, this one you see a little bit more often than not. Just straight puke, directional action is just so overextended, and the first sign of a bid is usually kind of a little bit of a break, to say the least, for the stock. Not saying it's going to go back 100% reversion, but a little bit of a break to say the least. So I like that kind of a move there. But that stuff is pretty nice. Amazon is dropping, saying HK. Yeah, I definitely have it on watch. I looked at that Amazon here, and Amazon is straight tank city to the downside here. Look at that, Amazon.
Oh, is it still? Yeah, I'm going to buy some.
Look at that
what do
breakdown.
I do, man?
Triple twos. So again, triple twos, dude. I was saying the year open, the opening price of the year is triple twos on Amazon. And look at the magnet and look at the reversion we keep having. We're trading above it, it magnets back to triple twos. We're trading below it, it magnets back to triple twos. It's a consolidation, it's an orbit. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's definitely something significant that's been happening over the past couple of days. Can you formulate a trade in and around that? That's a whole different. A whole different story. Right?
Wow!
So what's going on?
But Ethereum's breaking out here. Like,
are we at 5K yet?
Yeah, not yet. I know, man. Gee,
I got an alert.
All right, guys, enough of that. Let's go over some of these quantum names. All right, we're gonna just load this up. I'm having an absolute time, but we don't want to get too giddy and ahead of ourselves here in Bitcoin because we mentioned these things can be short-lived. So let's pull up some of the quantum names. RGTI, we'll pull that one up. Bang, super strong today. We'll go QUBT, also mega strong today. We got QS over there, and then we got QBTS. Am I missing? Oh yeah, the best of the breed, I think, QUBT. On this one. Ionic, whatever you would like to call it.
Yeah, people used to consider that the sector leader.
Yeah,
right?
this is the one, right? And I mean, if we take a look at this from the daily, bang, man. Oh, look at this breakout from 45. From September, you're already almost up 100%. Oh, geez Louise, man. Yeah, there's some really, really good stuff, man. And again, we're just going to continuously be rolling back to some of these crypto names. Do we have UXRP? Havana Woody, where are you?
Heyo.
Havana Woody, where are you? Show yourself. What's going on with this over here? Huh? Tell me, please. I need an explanation. Oh, okay, there we go. There's the XXRP, all the way from 35 up to 37.28, but the quantum names still holding up relatively well. We like this. Bitcoin's extremely, extremely hot. I think we need to make that our thumbnail there because we're almost at the all-time highs in this name. We're just starting to pull back a little bit. But Adair, what do you got from us?
People in the chat are asking about this one. Let's talk about CCHH. This is a new IPO. It's called CCH Holdings. Couldn't find out too much about the company. They're based in Malaysia. They were priced at $4 a share, opening above the IPO price. Looks like around $5.30. They're only offering 1.25 million shares, so this is a very, very small IPO. And let me see if I can find more of the company. Apparently, they offer specialty hot pot restaurants in Malaysia. So hot pot restaurant chain here, CCHH, on its IPO, again, opening above the expected price there, 1.25 million shares, offering here 8.625 million. So very small IPO for CCHH. And back to you.
I see you, Havana. I see you, my friend. All right, I just didn't see your name in the chat. So yeah, I mean, we're rocking and rolling on a lot of these things here. The overall market, the Nasdaq has been pretty quiet there, OB, throughout the day. So if you're going to find any shorts, I think you see in the likes of the weakness in Tesla and Meta, maybe you want to short the overall market through the volume-weighted average price. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Other than that, I know we're not in any positions right now, but we're going to find something here. Yeah, exactly. SJ News, thank you for saying that. Thank you. That is exactly it. Cash is absolutely a position, especially if you're sitting at home, sitting at your desk. You don't always need to be into something, all right?
Yep.
Thank you for saying that, SJD News. What do you got, OB?
The best kind of trading is when you're sitting on your hands. The best kind of trading is super boring. The best kind of trading is not exciting at all.
1,000%.
Oh, I remember I lost my train of thought much earlier, and I just remembered going down that route what it was. I think it was Hangry Wife? Hangry Wife, I think. Yeah. We were talking about, like, they were like, wow, Palantir, man. Okay, anyways, whatever. Palantir is going lower, maybe poised for a low day break. I got eyes on it, but we were talking about how they were like, I don't like seeing red on my screen. I don't like seeing red on the blotter. That leads to like revenge trading. Yeah. I understand that. I do that often as well. Well, not often enough, but like I do that every now and then when I'm not trading well. I do it. I definitely am a culprit as well. But here's the thing. I just tell myself, I'm like, okay, you know not to do that. Just don't do it. You got to. Emotional control comes before position management. Right? That's very, very important. You need to know how to manage yourself before you can manage your positions. So I think that's a very important concept to wrap your head around. And another thing is that the best traders in the world lose 70% of the time. They lose 70% of the time. They don't lose big, they lose small, but they lose 70% of the time. So if you have that kind of, if you can wrap your head around that, you better get used to seeing red on the screen. Right? That's what it is. I think that's the concept a lot of people have trouble kind of wrapping their head around. Nobody is comfortable with losing. Losing is what tilts you. Losing is what makes you feel uncomfortable. But you have to get comfortable with losing. Otherwise, this game is going to be very, very difficult, and it's going to put you on edge. And you know what? I'm saying that, like, in theory, that's all nice to say. I fall victim to that very often as well. Right? But over time, you put in the reps of getting out of that mind state, and maybe tomorrow you get out of that mind state a little bit faster. And the next day you get out of it a little bit faster. That's all it is, man. 1% every day. Just try to get a little bit better, whatever your issue is. That's my rant for today.
Boom, rant over.
As Palantir is ranting to the downside.
Ooh, no. What's NVDA up to on the day? Ooh,
NVIDIA
this thing is
broke lows,
tanking, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. 187 there on NVDA, heading to the downside. So side, boom. And it's continuing to move at an extreme pace. Are you short that there, Katina, man? Was that you who hit the bang? No, it was not. No, you didn't hit it. So that's what I'm talking about in the Nasdaq here, guys. It's pretty weak. So bang, being led by the likes of NVDA. But I mean, I told you this before. The more aggressive the selling, the more I'm going to be looking for that isolated volume print and those hammer candles to potentially look for a bounce. If I don't see them displayed, then we're not going to take them. We were patient enough on Tesla. We caught a couple of those, so not too bad of a look. There he is. There he is. Brother, where have you been?
Who?
Mike P, the rider. Oh, boy. Yeah. We've been waiting for this guy all morning, man. He's showing up late.
What's up?
Listen, my friend, Mike P, we know
what if he's busy trading, man?
No, I'll tell you one thing right now. Mike P was not. He's busy doing other things, but he wasn't busy trading. No, I obviously don't know. Okay. He's been surfing.
Oh, nice.
Surfboard P. Surfboard P is like as we like to call him. But yeah, I mean, guys, let's take a look at some other names. We'll run through some volume scanners, see if we can find anything potentially. NVDA's tanking, so maybe we can get in a potential long there, or just the continuation to the downside if the volume decides that it wants to continue on that path and we don't see anything stepping in to say, hey, we're ready to turn price around. We talked about a couple call walls. I've seen a question in the chat. Someone asked me MU call wall. I don't see anything really. I mean, at 200, you got 6,400. That's going to be the largest on the call side, so nothing substantial puts. You'll see a little bit less. Volume there is nice, though on the put side at 185, maybe some writings going on there. Those 190 strikes got 30,600 with 5,000 still currently open. So some scalping going on with MU. I know someone in the chat was asking me to take a look at this. We'll do that. Talking about it all day. Okay. So, all right. So we might get into works with that. 71 we have to punch through first, but 74. Let's go. Never mind this week, actually, Obi. Let's head over to the next week here and see what we got going on October 10th. Oh, that's my brother's birthday. Bang, 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 bang. It's actually the 11th, but we'll take it for that. Or is it the 10th? I'm horrible with birthdays, man.
Oh, dude, I'm horrible with birthdays as well. There's only two people's birthdays I remember.
Yeah, I don't.
Mine and my best friend's, because we're on the same day.
Yeah, exactly.
It just happened to be that way.
If I told you, I literally, I feel so embarrassed.
I write down a lot of stuff.
I feel so embarrassed saying this. Like, I don't even remember my mom's birthday. It took me years to remember. That's crazy. I know. I apologize. Like, I barely remember my grandma's. I know it's in March. But anyways, I know that my dad's is the 4th because we would always go to Jamaica. Anyways, enough from that. Let's get back into the markets. IBIT, yeah, big time. I'll even slap it for myself there, to be honest with you, because it's slightly embarrassing. But let's go. UNH, what do we got going over there? 370 strike price. We were talking about that not too long ago. 28,500 contracts. That's moving well. Let's take a look at some of these quantum names. I'm not even going to read the comments in the chat because honestly, I'm telling you, it's on. I'm just being frank as I possibly can. I'm just going to look at the options chain and wait for some new things to come flowing in. There's nothing outstanding really here on QUBT. We'll take a look at IonQ as well because that's the best in the name. And I mean, from options activity, we're not seeing anything substantial. One thing I'm going to do over the weekend, because I was working on a scanner on my home platform, so I'm going to translate that over to here so I can just run the scans and then potentially just show you guys from a volume what we're specifically looking at. I mean, we know at the top of the class we're always going to continuously see the SPY and the Qs and NVDA. They're the most volume weighted things there. So yeah, thanks, Dark Trader. Yeah, I'll just be Joe on that front. But yeah, that's what I got going on. I'm looking for a potential move here, Obi. Maybe actually, you know what? Let's get involved here. I'm going to do this just because we'll get involved in some in NVDL for a potential bounce off of these lows. If it cracks that 187.50, then we're just going to hop out of that trade there, Obi.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no,
Okay.
talking to Fabian there for a second.
Okay.
I was like, so I'm still watching this Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab continuing to hold a bid. So I'm stalking it. I'm stalking it right now, being like, all right, well, if sellers do come in, I do want to potentially participate. We didn't quite get too aggressive through that breakout. Like I said, do I expect it to be clean? Not really, because of how the weeklies have been building up. But let's see if we can close in and around some of the highs. Maybe we get a gap up continuation on Monday. But Rocket Lab aggressively strong on the day today. How much percent is this thing up on the day here? Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. No, that won't say it. This will say it. Just over 5%, 5.3% here on the day on Rocket Lab. So absolutely aggressive bid. Shake and bake off of the open. That was absolutely crazy. But yeah, Plug. Let's continue to take a look at some of the names that were doing things in the morning and see how they're doing now. So Plug Walk, nice. I was listening to this song in the morning because I was like, oh, Plug is going. So Plug's definitely been walking to the upside here, holding that trend and consolidations holding higher as well. So I like that. I like that a lot. For the continuation, shout out to anybody who had the longs off of the open. That was good stuff there as well. Wow, Palantir almost it broke consolidation lows. It's trying to get to those lows right now. So yeah, sellers definitely coming in, man. So this is what I was saying. I got to stick with some of these trades a little bit better. Getting involved with VWAP was the right place to be, in and around underneath that. I don't want to call it a held offer, but just some supply at 181s that did come in. And that's coming in pretty nicely, giving us a continuation of what was already told by the price action, by the chart, in the morning was that there are sellers on VWAP right off of the open. Retest around 10:30, there are sellers at VWAP. Retest around 11:30, there are a little bit of sellers at VWAP. Retest around 12 o'clock, there are sellers at VWAP. This is what people mean when they say, are you listening to the chart and the price action? Or are you complicating it for yourself? Are you throwing up 1,000 indicators and being like, you know, when this crosses that or this does this, I'm gonna do, like, whatever, man. Like what is the chart telling you? What is the stock telling you? Are you listening? That is the real question, right? So I definitely am not listening well enough because supply has been there and been strong and to the downside since then. No real reason to cover, maybe a little bit here. I think my initial covers should be coming in here at 78 halves where a bid does start to come in a little bit, but then that 79, this is a place to maybe reload for this consolidation breaks as well. So you can see the market taking a bit of a pullback, and Palantir, I don't remember the last time I checked its beta, but I'm gonna take an assumption, and let's say, so where's it weekly here? I'm gonna say about a 1.6 to 2. Beta on Palantir. I'm not 100% sure. That's just me kind of throwing I guess, what's the saying? Throwing darts in the darkness or something like that. I don't know. But let's see what it is here. Float ratio, ATR, RSI, beta. Okay, I was off. 2.6. So definitely a little bit higher. So above 2 beta there on that one. So Palantir coming to the downside alongside with the market. Makes a little bit of sense to me, Joe.
For sure.
Where's the next trade? That's what I'm asking. Where is the next trade? Apple consolidating highs, Softy consolidating highs. Why is Palantir here? Oh, this is the basket spread. Okay, so Tesla breaking down to its lows, Amazon at its lows, Google at its highs, Nvidia at its lows. So a little bit of a discrepancy in some of the mags, maybe overall balancing things out. That's why we might be trading within the opening range on the Nasdaq. A lot of these tech names are very directional, but as a group, a little bit opposite on the day. So what's up, Adara?
Yeah, just be aware here, guys. U.S. President Donald Trump is active on Truth Social right now. He's talking about cuts that were reversed with regards to New York's counterterrorism funds, nothing market related, but it is always worth noting when he is active on Truth because he can post anything. So Trump right now looks like he is using Truth Social currently. Also, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt in just 10 minutes, she'll be beginning a press conference. I don't have any details as to what that will be about, but I will be listening to that for you. If there is anything market related, I'll certainly cover that. Just keep in mind, last press conference, we did have some questions with regards to the health elements with Trump RX and Pfizer. That deal could potentially come up. LAC and that investment, that was something else that was mentioned. So there's always the potential that market-related events and happenings could be brought up during these conferences. Back to you.
Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, so I took that stab. Oh, I might have got it a little bit out too early. I thought it was going to crack that 94.60 level right there. So we just got out maybe a little bit premature, but if it breaks through that, then maybe you get a bounce. I was just thinking, hey, watch out for that 3-bar play to the downside. So yeah, it might start to get the rocking and rolling right there. Okay, so you can see the aggressive selling coming in on Bitcoin as well. Just it almost got to that all-time high, and I guess that's a good assumption is that, hey, just watch out because once you do knock into that level, we weren't too far off at only a couple $100. Really, at the end of the day, just maybe $1,000, which is not much at all. So yeah. We're going to keep an eye out on that. Let's see what happens in the overnight market. I think that might be it for the session, considering, right, we're almost up 2% here on IBIT. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait for the overnight China and see what we got going there. Oh, there goes NVDL. Yeah, dang. All right, just got out a little bit prematurely. 686 votes so far. BTC all-time high today. Make sure you guys go and get those votes rocking and rolling for us as well, too. Put your 2 cents in. We're curious to see what you guys have to say with that one. So yeah, let's continuously look at some of these other names. I mean, I think it's going to be really hard to short the quantum space today, considering they're holding up around those highs. Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the UFC Pereira too. I know Ankalaev Pereira too. I think the Yuri Prohaska and the Khalil Roundtree fight is going to be the most intriguing, in my opinion. That's the one I'm most looking forward to, without any question. Now, as for any other names, we're just going to run through the scanner, see if we see any potential setups here. Oops, we don't want that. So yeah, let's see what we got going on. Where was I? Screener there, bang. So yeah, let's see what we got going on. Bang, there, Okay, so Ethereum selling aggressively. AAL, what are you up to? We'll head over to the daily and see if we see anything, right? We're just gonna run through the top volume names. TSL, 123 million shares traded on the session, putting in a potential new low of the day. So continue your bleed, Tesla. The more aggressive it is, maybe more of an aggressive bounce we'll be able to find on it. Daily, we're not even gonna look at it because it's a different leverage system. Going over the quantum. Silver, what has silver been up to? Not too bad of a look. Did gold recover from yesterday's selling? Let's see. I mean, it didn't. Yeah, it pulled back and just right back towards that high. So I mean, that just displays how strong this obviously the commodity is. Wolf. What's Wolf's beat? Or that's TeraWolf there. So yeah, Obi, I'm not seeing anything. What's Amazon up to on the daily? Yeah, I'm gonna grab some. If we crack 216 on Amazon, I'm gonna grab some.
It's testing year open, right? That's I find that interesting. Yeah, it's testing year open. So maybe I want to wait for the candle close.
Okay.
To make a decision there.
That
would mean December, right?
On
Amazon.
On Amazon. Yeah.
If you're gonna be chopping up the open price of the year while the rest of the stocks are pushing all-time highs, and Amazon, I think, again, it's one of the large caps, and it has a lot of strong players that are involved in its float. And if that's doing that down here, then I'm curious to know. Like, we are pretty extended on the market. I'm just going to be patient. That's all I'm going to say about that. If Amazon closes as a doji on the year, I definitely think that might be a little bit of a significance. But what do I know? We'll see. I want to wait for that candle close for that information to come in. But as of right now, the past couple of months, past couple of weeks, we've been chopping that 222 pretty aggressively. Now, somebody in the chat, the incredible Mr. Lib, tagged us both, saying Sava headed towards the gap starting at 485, and he got 116.25 contracts, $5 contracts. So yeah, money printer. Now I was just like, now that's the name I haven't heard in a very long time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh boy, Sava. Was it? No, that was a different one. But Sava, I've shorted Sava, I've long Sava in the past. It was an absolutely beautiful trader. Swing trading, swing shorts, swing longs. That's why I'm saying this is a name I have not heard of in a very, very long time. Like, look at the range and look at the action that this has been given. This is given over the years, like especially during the COVID boom or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, all the way from what is this, $8.43? I don't know if we've had splits along the way. I don't remember, but all the way up to a high of 146.16, and look at the backside of that as well. Once the sellers do come in, they come in hot and heavy, but every other lower high since then has been slapped back into. So I like that, but I don't know what this gap down might have been here, but it seems like we're breaking out of some multi-week levels on cassava. So this thing, when it does run, it can definitely go on a bit of a ripper, as it has shown itself to do in the past. So definitely, I like the idea. One to watch out for. What's up, Adara?
Yeah, just be aware here, guys, that this is IONQ. Got a little bit of a pop. Rigetti, all of these quantum names are on watch. I'm seeing reports from Nikkei that Japan is going to be joining an EU research program with regards to quantum and other technology. If I get more details on this, I'll let you know. But that ticker that was tagged when the story was posted was IONQ. If I get any more details with regards to IONQ specifically in this story, I will let you know. And again, 3 minutes until this press conference begins with White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. I will be watching that, and I will be covering it for you guys. Back to you.
Good stuff, good stuff. Obi, 1 year anniversary since somebody paid a visit to Trader TV. Was it really that long ago? I thought you were here in the summer there, ADL. Yeah, really? a year ago.
No, dude, you gotta remember that was a while back. The floor was still here.
The floor,
remember, everyone.
Oh,
there was a lot of people still here as well.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
Yeah.
This guy, I remember
we were chilling in the kitchen.
Yeah, we were chilling with him.
Afterwards, when the day ended, I still remember that. It was a good time.
I remember I was sitting at my station over there, and Adam. Like, I heard of the name before, but at first I thought it was your guy's buddy Adam.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
no,
yeah. And I'm like,
yeah.
is that him? No, it wasn't him. And he sits down beside me, and I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I'm trying to do, I'm working here, and then we started to talk a little bit, and then sure enough, I'm like, oh, he's a genuine lad there. So I'm like, yeah, solid dude, man.
Time flies. I mean, I know you travel a lot, so when are you coming back to Toronto? That's the question. Man.
Yeah. He's married. He's married man now. So
boy.
He's married.
Oh yeah,
man
congratulations.
Now, so,
Because I think last time we met, you weren't married, right? I don't think so. Or you were going to?
No, I don't think he. No, he wasn't. So I think he's recent. Most obviously,
Nice.
most
Congrats,
recent.
congrats.
Yeah. So what happened to Bitcoin?
Lock it in.
Day investing. I mean, it's starting to sell off a little bit, man. We almost tapped. He's engaged.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
our
okay.
correction.
Nice,
so there you go.
Congrats.
I mean, as for Bitcoin, we've been talking about it all morning. We're almost $1 off of that high there in IBIT. So, I mean, we're still going to hold on to these regardless, our contracts, whatever. We're all out of the shares. We got out at 69.60. But now you can see some profit taking most definitely starting to step in. XRP, the XXRP, is getting lit up as well too, coming off of those highs. I shouldn't say lit up considering how strong everything is. So yeah, that's what we got going on. I'm looking for a potential trade. Oh, am I still in the TQs? Yeah, I am. All right, so we're gonna still rock and roll on this. Let's see if we can get that cooking up. I don't know why I got out of NVDL prematurely, but it is what it is. We'll sit in this TQs trade. Someone cover this wound here on the Bitcoin bleeding. Lots of profit taking stepping in there, Obi.
Yes, sir. So yeah, again, nothing too crazy. I'm just still looking at the similar stocks here. Nvidia broke its lows, so I'm watching that. I'm watching that one for sure. Amazon still chopping around its lows as well, so nothing too crazy. Apple is very interesting. Apple is becoming more and more interesting with the kind of consolidation that it's having here. So we'll go to Apple. So Apple. 260s, right? This is this all-time highs? 259.18, currently trading at 258.70. So almost on the brink of those all-time highs, and we're consolidating pretty aggressively here on Apple with potential for continuation. Look at that tight consolidation. So that's becoming very interesting to me on the day. So we'll wait for that one to pan out. But right now, guys, OGen. Each year, 3.8 million concussions are reported in the United States, yet there is still no FDA-approved treatment. NYSE-listed Oragenics, OGEN, is changing that with its first in-class intranasal drug designed for rapid brain access. With the concussion treatment market projected to reach $8.9 billion by 2027, Oragenics is uniquely positioned to lead the way. Learn more and schedule a meeting today with Oragenics. Wow, dude, what is this, man? I told you, didn't I look over? I looked over at you and I was like, bro, Palantir is gonna hit day lows, and it's making a straight beeline for that day low as the market quadunks to the downside. So guess what? Where's the next trade? I like Google because Google is right at its highs. Sorry. Nice. Sean Short, TQs at 106.30s. The market's definitely coming in. Oh boy. Sorry. Yeah. I'll pull up the chart here. So let's take a look at TQQQs. And where is the VWAP? 106.30s. Yeah. Boom. Nice. What a puke on that one. Yeah, man. Great trade. The sellers were kind of showing themselves. We were turning a little bit much earlier, and they finally step in pretty aggressively as of right now. I'm going to pull up, where is this? Google. Google has not turned yet. So Google might be a little bit of a laggard. So I kind of have eyes on that. We did start pulling back a little bit there, 46s to 46 halves. So maybe I want to dabble a little bit here and see where that'll take us. But aggressive trend to the upside on Google after some strong selling, right? We talk about that 242 bit of a defense that did happen. Wow, is that somebody chasing on the ask? I got to see. Buddy got filled, I think. But yeah, no, there's definitely some aggressive selling coming into the market as of right now. Market dumping. Let's see what's happening. Adara.
What's happening? There's one thing I just saw come in. This could potentially have something to do with it, though I think it's probably unlikely. Morgan Stanley saying that apparently Treasury options are showing that people are expecting a 10 to 29 day shutdown. So again, the market does, we looked at the last shutdowns that have happened in the last 30 years. It's always been a positive reaction by the end of the shutdown. But either way, certainly adds some more uncertainty to this market. Morgan Stanley saying that Treasury options are, I guess, pricing in a 10 to 29-day shutdown. This White House press conference has not yet begun. The feed has started, but Caroline Levitt has not made an appearance. I'll keep you guys updated. And I'm going to check through social, too, to see if there's any posts. But I don't have anything obvious for this drop.
Raining on the parade. I guess you just got to get short now at this point. Yeah, TQs are tanking. So is the whole crypto space. So yeah, not a bad idea to go short 20, 30-day shutdown there, guys. Bang. We were talking about this literally 30, 40 minutes ago. Look how short-lived that is. It's like, bang, you get super excited. You're like, yeah, let's rock and roll. We're touching all-time highs, Bitcoin. Look what has happened in the past literally 20 minutes. You start grinding from 10:30, you peak at 12:30. That's 2 hours of grinding higher. And then sure enough, you give all of that move back in a span of 20 minutes. So 10% of the time. 10% of the time. Insane. Well, it's not. I mean, it's 2 hours, 120 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Anyways, you get the point that what I'm getting at. It's just a fraction of it. You take the stairs up, and then it's the window out. So really, really, really of a tough look there. Market's continuing to bleed, man, aggressively. Look at the volume step in across the board. Insane. Wow. Big time stuff right there. And that's exactly what we were talking about not too long ago. Aggressive selling starting to step in. Be patient. I mean, hopefully this rebound is going to be good for the crypto space because we know that this shutdown has been typically bullish for it, right? People start flocking into alternatives and something that's supposed to be decentralized. So, yeah, punching through support levels. I think you have to look to go short now at this point, considering with any name, pick a name, any name, and I think you're going to be off pretty good. What has Palantir been up to? Putting in a new low there, OB, so not too bad. We'll go through our scanner once again and see what we got there. Boo, 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 boo. On our stock scanner, bang. QuantumScape, yeah, see, bang, taking it not even on the chin, man. These are KO type moves. All right, let's find something to short here. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't want to, but I'm going to. Do.
Market is tanking. Wow, that Google short, I definitely missed out on that one.
Whoa. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter. Pick a name. Pick a name.
There it is.
You can short it.
Get short.
Pick a name. I'm going short one of the strongest. Bang. Ride the bear. Let's go. Let's see if we break let's see if we can break the volume weighted average price there. Adair, what do you got for us?
I want to clarify. I'm still not seeing any obvious news for this drop. In case anybody, wasn't there over the last couple of minutes, I just want to remind you guys, nothing obvious that I am seeing as news for the drop. One thing of note is Morgan Stanley saying that apparently Treasury options are pricing in a shutdown that might be slightly longer than longer than we were expecting, 10 to 29-day shutdown. But that's just one comment. That's really all that I'm seeing. And even then, that isn't inherently bearish. The press conference has not yet begun. Donald Trump has not posted anything on Truth Social in 23 minutes. I do not have anything to directly explain this drop other than just selling into the weekend.
Let's take a look at these at-the-money IVs here, guys.
I'm best to try and keep saying "oh boy" and not other words.
Why?
Oh,
just say what you want to say.
No,
say
we can't do that.
What you want to say.
Can't do that out here.
Remember that? Did you ever listen to that group Prozac?
No.
Remember Prozac? No?
Like the drug?
No, I know. I'm pretty sure it's a band named after the drug.
I don't think I've heard of it. Yeah, what about them?
I was going to say, say what you want to say, what do.
Oh, okay. They got a song like that? No.
All right. No, but guys, look at the at-the-money. Look at the IV start to really ramp up here in some of these names, right? Like you're getting 67. That was at 71% a couple minutes ago. Oh, why aren't we looking at this? Obi.
What's up?
with that sell-off, this is what we got to do here. We got to pull up the VIX. Yeah, you got to trade the VIX. What are these calls looking like here? 4 days, October 7th is going to be that expiration right there, guys. Let's see what we got going on from a contract standpoint. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Katina, man, I know you were saying something about AMD there.
Short 170.
Still short 170. Bang. What is it trading at? 166.49. Bang. What is that? It's money to be exact. So a pretty good look there. Yeah, so I don't got anything right now. I'm sure some IBIT to see if we can break through the volume weighted average price, or it's just going to rebound. We're going to start relatively small. I would prefer to see the rebound, OB.
Yeah, I'm going to start a little small here as well. I did get involved in a little bit of a bid here on Palantir, and you know, that's what I like to do. When people are panicking, I do want to be on the other side of that move, but catching a falling knife, I don't know, but the bid is definitely coming in. You can see the market wicking right back above its prior low there, so we did break down pretty aggressively, but reclaiming as of right now. So the question becomes, will Palantir come in with a little bit of a bid alongside with the market? That was a pretty capitulatory move, yeah, we'll see. No rhyme or reason that I see, but at the same time, by the time we figure that out, it's too late. Just read the flow, read the tape, read the charts, and try to get with the program here is what I'm telling myself. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how far this consolidation lasts. That's an aggressive bid, and somebody definitely slapped some shares into the bid for sure. They're across the board. Don't know who it was. Don't really care either. But a little bit of an imbalance or mispricing maybe potentially happening. We'll see. But if we can sustain some of these levels, maybe we find a bid. If we crack a little bit lower, then lower it is. I'm open for anything. I'm just trying to do my best to go literally with the flow as of right now, Joe. So that's what I got going on. Let's see if we have anything else. Unfortunate that I had the short from 180 halves pretty decently. I even talked about it. All of these were nowhere in comparison relative to size as the last entries I had here. That's why I was able to take out so many on the way in. But no real reason to cover, man. Arbitrary covers. And then, yeah, sure, if you're holding and using exit rules, you're probably not really getting out until a strong puke like that. Like, that's a good reason to start covering, right? But like this grinded selling all the way down before that puke comes in, and you know, like the market started slowing down as well before it rolled over and wiped pretty much every single buyer on the day, especially in the Nasdaq. The ES is still holding its opening range low as of right now, but oh boy, Amazon as well. That triple two got cracked, and then straight selling right through that level as well. Nvidia day low 187s. Nice. So let's see what's going on with there. 105.3s on the Qs. I have that up from before. Is the low. Let's see if we can continue a little bit lower. I have no idea what the market's going to do, man, but those sellers are pretty aggressive. Let's see if we come back in a little bit. 20 pennies here, not what I'm looking for. Let's see if we can get a decent reversion. But the selling has just kind of, started to accelerate, right? So we'll see. This is the first stall that did come in to match that selling and maybe pick it up a little bit. And in terms of Palantir, I know you like these high volume candles, large volume nodes, whatever you want. Like, there's different names for this, but there is some significance for sure when we false break the low like that with some aggressive volume and the market starts wicking its lows as well. So do I get a reversion of VWAP? Maybe. We'll see. But as of right now, the buyer's stepping right back in. That's why you just gotta, I know I wasn't in the short, and what did I do? I was not happy, right? Just now, I was like swearing. I was like, oh, this Palantir, whatever. I got up, I went to the bathroom. I took like a quick couple minutes, took a breath, came back. Where's the next trade? Capitulated. Let's get long. Let's see if it works. I don't know. I don't care. Where's the next trade? That's the next question. So we'll see. 177's coming in right now. 178's, I don't know if we're going to get there. That is the prior structure on the way down. And if we're really going to, pick up on this candle and run, this is where buyers were before in the morning. We cracked them and buyers kind of stepped in and reclaimed those levels. So we'll see how far and where this candle ends. This is a 15-minute candle. We still have 4 minutes left for this to come into fruition. And buyers are stepping in pretty aggressively across the board. And it makes sense. I saw this and I was like, oh, where are you going? Why are you running? Where are you running? Bit of a mispricing in my head. I'm going to be there to correct that in my head. Obviously I'm not correcting it with the amount of shares that I'm taking, but you get the concept of that. Mispricing is where I like to be.
Absolutely, mispricing. There it goes. You're getting that pop there. OB 176.46. Wow, you're already in the dollar club on that one. So bang, way to rock and roll on that. I know you're having a pretty good day, which is solid. We could always do a little bit better. That's the objective. I mean, yeah, but hey, man, you got to give yourself a little credit here and there. You know what I mean? You don't got to be a hero or anything along those lines, but just recognize that you're putting on a good day, and I think you do that.
Sure,
so
thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you had some banger trades as well. Dude, that IBIT, absolute banger.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you're in that before the explosion up.
Before the breakout. I had
a lot of good trades across the board, I would say, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. And it's good when you got that. Katina Man's cooking up. I know Neo's cooking up as well, too. Adara, you didn't tell us anything that you specifically traded today. Curious to know on that one, too, regardless of how those things turn out. But yeah, I mean, what a fantastic, interesting day. It's funny, Obi, because I think you were were you away at the washroom when we were talking about, like, hey, earlier in the day, obviously you and I were talking about it, things can end 10 times faster than what you experience. It's like you're having a great time and it can end just like that.
Yeah,
and then sure enough, the market just tanks. The whole crypto space decides to have an aggressive pullback.
You literally called this out. Yeah, you were like, it only takes one trader. We talked about it.
Someone just turned that switch, and then it's it.
Whoever it was, you know, maybe it's a domino effect. There's some definitely some big sellers coming in on the day today and on a Friday as well, right? I'm just observing. I'm just trying to pick up on some of the action here. You know, I want to cancel that.
Yeah. I mean, but see, listen. Sorry, we're gonna go to Adara in a second, but Engin Erodegan. Sorry if I butchered your name. Listen to what Beyond Their Control has to say. Adara, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know, Caroline Levitt has begun talking. I put it across the screen when she first started. She's been talking for a couple of minutes now, but the White House press conference has begun. When she starts taking questions, I will let you guys know it'll go across the lower third of the screen where the position board is, just that she's begun taking questions. If there are any things of note that are market moving or market related, of course I will let you know, but I just want to remind you guys, she is currently giving this up, the prepared remarks aspect of the conference. Back to you.
Shadera. Yeah, so we are catching a little bit of a bid. We talk about a few more minutes till this candle close. Well, it's 1:14 right now, and there's about 3 seconds left for this 15-minute candle to close. And oh boy, what a wick. What we call it, wick shimmy dance that this prior 15-minute candle did. Let's see, we did kind of balance back in, buyer step back in. Let's see if this action is now balanced. Can we consolidate? Can we accept some prices? I have no idea. I did piece out off of a little bit as soon as those buyers kind of stopped doing what they were doing, but we're still sustaining above 177s here on Palantir. Oh boy, that Google was a bit of a miss, but it is what it is. I was pulling it up around 45 halves and Quadunk 44. So yeah, a $1.50 dump on that one, and it just kind of reclaimed the bid. Look, higher lows, even with that aggressive selling, higher lows on Google. So relative strength indeed happening on this one here. Where's the next trade? That's what I'm looking for. In terms of chip names, guess what? I've put this out before, yesterday, today, multiple times over. Intel loves to do its own thing. I've just come to the conclusion that Intel just loves to do its own thing. It really doesn't care, right? Look at that. Market aggressive sell-off, straight tank city, across the board. NVIDIA tanking, AMD tanking, the SMH also tanking. Intel, where's the tank? Where's the selling? Where are the sellers at? So relative strength, bigger picture. It's doing its own thing because there's a different kind of trade happening here. That's what's going on in my mind. And the action today, the nuance that it's kind of showing me that the market sells off like that and Intel holds this kind of a bid. Oh boy, bigger picture. I'm going to keep that in mind for sure. So that's something I do want to consider. And Intel, I think, is great, man. Pulling back through the 77s here on Palantir. So maybe let's, you know what, take off most of the rest, just leaving some breadcrumbs on. That was the bid, right? That was the bid. I just wanted to catch a little bit of the bid when it did come in. If we're going to sell off that aggressively, don't necessarily want to stand in the way. Just want to go with the flow, like I said before. So let me know what you guys are trading. A lot of people were trading hood. So let's see what's good in the hood there as well. Let's see how the market sell-off affected that one. Right here, okay, so back to VWAP. So it seems like, see, reversions all around, man. Reversion all around on that bid that came back in off of the market sell-off, right? We basically went back to, if you want to call it reference price of where that selling came in, we reverted back to reference price on Hood. So a nice little balancing act there happening on that one. So shout out to anybody who had a bit of the reversion on this flush, right? That was a little too far too gone. It was a really nice short if you had it from before, and that thing came in real hot. Tesla oversold, saying, James, okay, we can take a quick look at that one. Tesla, it seems like Hood wants to sell back into VWAP, that's fine. Yeah, Tesla, man. Tesla aggressive selling yesterday, closing near the day lows. I was just like, oh boy. Tesla continuation through prior day low, guess what? Never looks back. You don't even have to be worried about all the opening ranges, all the opening prices. Who cares? Let it tell you that sellers are definitely here. Off of the open, VWAP hold. This, I think, is probably one of the best spots on the day today to get involved with the Tesla short. 435s through prior day low. Sellers already dominant. No sign of any buying. A little bit of buying off of the open, gets slapped right back in through that 445s. I know Sean was looking at that 445s. Absolutely beautiful place because look at that pre-market high. Look at that end of the day consolidation. We cannot get past that, man, across the board throughout the market. So yeah, Tesla did have a little bit of a dump through that flush, but we've already sold off pretty aggressively. So was that capitulation? I don't know, but I'm watching this 419.56 low on Tesla as of right now. If the market can sustain and hold, I like it a little bit better. We're coming back in through these prices on my Palantir. Like I said before, only holding on to a little bit of a breadcrumb. So guess what? I'm gonna feed that to the ducks. I don't want it anymore. Ooh. Let's move on to the next trade. Yeah, wow, 245. Nice reversion on Google there as well. AMD is pretty weak, man. Look at this AMD coming right back in. So in terms of chips, AMD is getting shellacked to the downside here. Back into some of these lows from yesterday. So let's see. Maybe the same concept we were talking about in the morning comes into fruition. Buyers were here yesterday, pretty aggressive, and maintain strength throughout the rest of the day. Do buyers show in here at these prices once again? Or is this market tailwind gonna overpower everything and those buyers are gonna get stomped on the way through? It seems like there's definitely some stomping happening here. That bid, nice little push, pull back in. So I like it for selling. If I wasn't long, I might like the short back here for a continuation, but I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait for the next.
Oh, wow. Look at this aggressive selling. I'm glad we got back into this name.
Nice flip
on the short.
Great flip.
Well, I mean, like, this was just rock and roll. I go small here, right? I'm like, all right, give it a little room. I was so early on that, but then I'm like, all right, it's going to go. This is just a breath right here. Failed to even get anywhere close to testing that high, so let's get involved into it one more time. VWAP's going to be the primary target. If not, we're going to risk all the way up to here. So 20 cents for a gain of around 50 cents. Give you around that 2.5 to 1. The meds are starting to slowly wear off for me over here. So, yeah, we're going to drink some of this tea here. Yeah, what, the Tylenol?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, what did you think I was talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So meds are starting to wear off. I'm like, what, bro? Come on.
No, yeah, we're here. Come on, man. It's a professional. Obviously, I know you're joking. It's a professional place. But at the end of the day, let's see, man. As I mentioned in the chat before, I would love for Bitcoin to rebound. We're going to have to wait for that overnight trading. But as of right now, we're going to go short with this overall market. Katina, man, did you reload that short or what? No, he didn't. He didn't reload. No reload on that one. Yeah, we'll take a look at what Katina Man's got going on.
Look at that. Boom.
To the downside.
The crazy thing is you have those entries right before the puke, so you can see the turn coming in. Yeah. We didn't know if it was going to puke like that.
Katina Man,
absolutely beautiful.
Check this reload right here, Katina Man. Bang, long, bang, reload, bang. Yeah, that's where we going. Awesome.
Hey yo.
Awesome. So yeah. Let's see what
there it is. Palantir 3-day low.
Tylenol. I think so. Yeah, markets. Look at there goes AMD, right? Palantir. Oh, Obi, you fed the crumb to the ducks.
Yeah. Because I was like,
you were long though.
No, I was long. Yeah, because I knew I was totally wrong.
Yeah.
Past that point, I'm like, I don't need to be
I see what you're getting at there. But yeah, I mean, guys, if there's anything specifically that you guys want to take a look at, just put it in the chat. We got a half an hour, 40 minutes or so left here in the day, and we're going to see what everybody else is doing, how your session is. You know what? We're going to go to Adara, and then we'll get back to you guys.
Yeah, so Caroline Levitt just indicated that the next vote on the Senate floor with regards to ending the shutdown is in about an hour from now. I will be following that if that is in fact the case. It is worth noting, though, with this vote, we even had several Republican leaders say yesterday they don't think there's going to be enough votes for this to pass and for the shutdown to end before the weekend. Either way, apparently this vote is going to be underway pretty soon. I'll continue to follow up on this. Back to you.
So there you go, just like that. I mean, things flip just like that. One second you're partying, the next second you're not. It's literally that simple. I'm obviously being sarcastic. So yeah, we're going to continuously be looking at some of these names. I think AMD might be poised for potential bounce, NVDA. The quantum space is absolutely hot, so if you can get on some of these micro pullbacks, I think you're pretty good. And then Palantir, are you gonna take an additional entry on Palantir, Obi, or are you just thinking of avoiding it?
I'm watching it. Like, this is where buyers were before for a little bit, and then we came in and we wicked the low. If we're gonna kind of take out stops and pull back in.
Yeah.
I'm watching it, but here's the thing, man. The market, this is what I said. So we got that initial puke, we got a nice little reversion, we got a little bit of a balance, and now we're getting continuation. So that's what I'm seeing here, and we're pulling back into the lows, and that's what I saw here as well. I'm like, okay, I'll take the long for what it's worth, and when it stops, I don't want to be there anymore, because that's not the trade. The trade is just to be like, all right, we're falling down, we get with the buyers, we sell with the sellers, we buy with the buyers. I think that's easy to say.
Yeah.
Difficult to do, but the concept is there. When you see the buyers, participate. Don't anticipate. But sometimes getting in a little bit early, I am technically participating because the flow is slowing down and sellers are starting to step in, and then they really see that confirmations are all the way down here. This is why I don't really like trading confirmations, because at the end of the day, confirmations are usually based off of some sort of technical indicator, right? Either the chart, or either some moving averages, either some chart structure, which is great. I love confirmations. Like, they're great. If I'm not in the trade, I'm probably taking the confirmation. But I do like confirmations in a lot of places. I think are kind of washed, because by the time it comes into that confirmation area, it'll chop it up, it'll grind it up. But if you were in a little bit earlier, where you saw the actual tape confirm, where you saw the raw data tell you, then it's a little bit better in my opinion. But it is what it is. Everybody trades a little bit differently. I'm trying to find my own path as well. And it seems like the market is trying to find its path to the downside right now. Continued selling across the board. Wow, Micron was a great reversion as well. I was talking about how that one was a little distinctly different from the rest of the chips, bidding up pretty aggressively. 191 84-day highs, currently trading at 188s, man. The pullback is real. The pullback is strong. And the sellers are definitely here on a nice, beautiful Friday.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah,
I didn't mean to pass it over mid-sip. I saw you sipping the coffee.
No, that's all right. Yeah, no coffee for me. It's straight tea, man.
Oh, nice.
Straight tea. Yeah, I can't.
I didn't bring a café today.
I'm not good with consumption of coffee. I don't know what it is. My body.
Dude, I have to take it in measured amounts.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
like caffeine will mess me up a little bit.
Weird.
While I was studying for school, like, I went through this whole caffeine run. Wow, really aggressive selling coming in.
Yeah,
now.
real.
So shout out to anybody who's still holding their shorts. Let's go, Sean.
That's what we're talking about, the breath.
But with the caffeine, man, while I was studying in school, I used to take Red Bulls. Red Bulls weren't enough. Then I started taking Monsters. Monsters weren't enough.
That's great.
And then I started, like, coffee. Coffee's good, but the Monster's obviously stronger. Yeah. And then I was just like, okay, all of this I get desensitized to. Then I started taking caffeine pills to study.
Oh my God.
And then that really messed me up.
That's escalation right there.
Yeah,
Who knows what you
I don't do well with caffeine anymore.
Yeah.
So I take it in measured quantities. I make sure, like, even while trading, if I have too much coffee in the morning, it shows up on my chart. The erratic decision making shows up on my chart if I have too much caffeine. And it makes sense. That's how caffeine kind of wires you. You're just jittery, right? So it literally manifests in some of your decision making.
Yeah, I mean, the boys who are right love
maintain
cooking,
the mental in all sorts of ways.
It's me too.
Balance punit.
He's coming in there, man.
What's happening?
What do you mean now? What is not? What?
He's just saying.
No, I'm just playing around. No, I mean, obviously it affects everybody themselves. Like today, I had one coffee. Sometimes it makes sometimes it make a difference. You know what I think is important is that you stick to a routine. I think is a good point, right? I think that would be another good thing, right? Obviously, different sort of opportunities or different reactions to. I mean, I always feel like sometimes some people even say like, oh, if I wear this sort of, we talked about it with the Jerome Powell's tie and things like that, right? Traders, just like athletes, can be very superstitious. So I just wanted to say like, yeah.
Hey, hey Sean, does Gia have any kind of like superstitions with hockey? Like when she puts on her equipment, she doesn't do.
That is a great question. I'm not too sure. About that. I'm going to ask her tonight if she has anything. Like I told you, she likes to tape her stick like after every game or after every practice. She'll kind of so like
there's something along those lines.
Good question, Joe. I'm going to get back to you.
Get back to me
right now. She's in the middle of running her cross country, and I think in 2 kilometers or something. I'm going to find out.
Tell her that for me, my superstition is I don't put the goalie net on. I never touch it. I'll never.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
she's
she's
goalie mitt?
Net.
Oh,
like
net.
you put it on the pegs. I never touch it. That's my thing.
I think the in her, because she plays very competitive, right?
Yeah.
So the referees will put the net away.
Oh, okay,
but she's the first. She's even the youngest on her team, but she stands outside. The doors, and then when they get to the ice, she's the one that
she's the one.
Yeah, so she always has to be the one sort of high-fiving as the girls come on the ice. Maybe that's what it is.
Does she have a letter? A, C?
No, like I said, she's the youngest. So she plays AA. She's the youngest on the team.
Oh, okay.
My guess is she'll have something next year.
All right.
Joe, I'm getting nervous, man. I have my DJing set ready to. I have that tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to get a little nervous right now. Apparently, there's a song called Gnarly that's pretty popular right now that the girls are requesting.
Let me know if you want any requests, brother. I'll send you some good.
I need some requests. All requests live.
DJ requests. What movie is that from? DJ Request. It's a comedy movie. Anyways,
I'm not really like superstitious, man.
You're not.
I'm just a little stitious.
Okay. Really, all right.
Let's see. What superstitions do I? I mean, I definitely wear a tinfoil suit when I show up to the market. That's for sure. Because all the fugazi action that does happen, I'm just like, there's a lot of things that I do not trust. When it comes to price action. Maybe that's why I like reversions. And then maybe that's why I have a little bit of a contrarian mindset where I'm just like, okay, well, I kind of want to go against the grain sometimes. I go against the crowd sometimes. But sometimes that's where I get blasted. For example, like when all-day trends, right? The whole crowd is long and the stock is long and strong. And if I'm trying to counter it, then yeah, I obviously get chopped up. But yeah, definitely. In terms of superstition, I don't know. I have this. I don't know if it's a lucky cat, but I like pet the little lucky cat at my desk every morning. I know what. I have one.
What is it?
Red underwear. Red underwear. So here's the thing. The stats are what kind of pushed me into the belief. I'm like, yo, more often than not, I'm getting shut down when I'm wearing red underwear.
All right,
when I'm heavy red. I'm just like, I don't know what it is. So that's my little stitches.
All right, I thought you had some other stats that you were.
So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I got to check later.
All right. There's Obi stats there on the whatever it may be. All right, let's get involved in some Tesla here, Obi. Listen, I get it. I'm that guy. From a hockey standpoint, we're short some Bitcoin, long some Tesla off of these lows. Sold off $23, or even a little bit more. 448 was the high, all the way down to 421. One of the weaker names. Let's see if we can get a potential bounce there. There goes Bitcoin to the downside. We were talking about that move. So once we crack this 69.62, I think we can most definitely head into the volume weighted average price. How many shares of TSLA did I get into? Not very many, but that's all right. We're going to wait for this trade. There it goes. You're cracking to the lower. 69.30 is going to be that primary target. Let's see if we can get that rocket and roll in the post market, right? This is where I want to see Bitcoin kind of rebound. I know we rejected those previous all-time highs slightly aggressively, so it might take some time. Otherwise, who knows what's going to happen with the overnight markets as well, too. Is it a good time to buy? Tesla says, Pooja, I mean, I don't know. I'm involved into it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You got to kind of look at it for yourself. I think getting involved in this name off the lows, I made a big mistake, right? Like, I earlier in I was catching a lot of heat. I sold Tesla at a bad time. And I sold Google relatively at a bad time as well. And look how those two names are doing. And I mean, I rotated into some things that are stronger. But again, with these Mag 7 names, if they just sell off, if you get any form of a discount on it, just continuously buy. And I like what Katina Man was saying. I mean, I don't think it works in every single case, but the only time you really get pissed off is when you sell a good name and you're like, man, oh man. We did trim some Robinhood, considering we're up over 230% on that name. But at the end of the day, it's like, why didn't we just hold on to it, considering how strong it is? And I absolutely love Vlad Tenev for sure. All right, guys. Papacito, hola mi amigo, ¿cómo estás usted hoy? God bless everyone. How are you? Muy bien.
How are you?
¿Y tú? I don't know. I'm pretty good. How are you, Obi?
Great,
Thank you for that super chat. Oh, those are shekels, I'm pretty sure. Papacito.
Nice.
So thank you very much for that one right there. We'll hit the siren. It's going to be haunted by the color red. No, I'm all right. We're not too haunted by that one. All right, so Tesla's working for us. IBIT is not, as it's starting to recover, bouncing off that 69.60 level. As soon as it heads into that 70, we're going to get out of dodge on that one. It's going to give us 20 cents or so. Tesla has a huge put wall at 430. Let's take a look. That could be the bounce. We're already south of that, though. That's my issue. Let's pull up the Tesla's options chain and see what we got going on from that standpoint. Huge. It better be huge. If it's not huge, I'm going to be mad. Okay, no, I mean, it's not horrible. It's 17,600, but you aren't wrong, right? You have a lot of the volume stepping in. 146,000 contracts traded on Tesla puts for expiring today, right? So don't forget that you don't get 0 DTEs on most names. You only get them on Fridays, except for the SPY and the Qs, okay? So yeah, that's not bad, all right? I like how you called out that level, that 430 level. Most definitely has put in the most amount of volume, aside from the calls. Why am I have it over here? I may as well just display it to you guys. The calls, 430, 192,000, 146,000 over here. Volume contracts, that's quite a bit of size. And by all means, there it is. It tells us a lot. 450, you got to 106,000. But as for call walls, nothing substantial. I mean, 22,800. We got to go down in our strikes. I think the base is going to be around 400. Are you going to even get to that specific level? I don't think so, Obi.
Yeah, Walt calling us out in the chat for that Rocket Lab call there. Rocket Lab's fresh highs. We talked about that 55.17. Oh boy, we're pushing even higher now. 55 halves on Rocket Lab now. So yeah, nice little consolidation, pull up, stepping up on top of its daily structure. Nice methodical kind of push. Even the strong selling that we got across the market only could take us into some of those prior consolidation levels, relatively holding higher lows as well and making higher highs. So the trend is well intact. Rocket Lab continues to blast through the atmosphere, even though we had some turbulence along the way. So strength for sure happening there. Again, don't forget, higher time frame, what has Rocket Labs been doing, right? This is a trend trade. This is a trend move. This thing has been already aggressively trending. I was going to type in trend. RKLB.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, sometimes I type in the word that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's take a look at the weekly here.
Yeah. This fly is driving me nuts too.
Just observe this again. Nice consolidation. I love this consolidation for as a continuation pattern, but we have to see the price action actually show us that it's going to do that. Maybe you're getting involved in and around here when you're seeing a failure to follow through. This wick is nice, right side of the V, 44s, 48s, 50s, and then now we're, I guess, off to some fresh highs here, which we have been printing, man. You can see we've made attempts towards the highs for the past couple of weeks. So all of last month we tried, we pulled back in, and then we're ripping up this week as well. So first week of October, oh boy, man. October for sure on this one, but bigger picture. This is what I'm talking about. Bigger picture story happening here as of right now on Rocket Labs, Joe.
Oh, my boy saying, what did we do? I didn't know those instructions. Oh, I'm talking to him.
What's happening?
No, my friend just sent me a picture from his wedding.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And
Oh,
he's,
nice.
He's like, yeah, so that was the lads there, and he's like, you're saying that
Everyone's
we can't
looking
follow.
dapper? Everyone's looking fly?
Yeah. Well, now I'm catching heat in the group chat because they're like, yo,
where you at? Where you at, though?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's fair.
No, but in all seriousness, are we ready there? Okay, new traders, listen up. First month free. That's right. We're waiving fees. Trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to Elite. Analyze, strategize, capitalize. Our platform, it's everything. Infinite data, instant trading, lightning fast market insights, game-changing charts, predict with backtesting, reliable real-time data, global markets at your fingertips, all in one platform. Don't miss out. Execute your best trades now. Ready to elevate your trading? Scan that QR code and check that link in the description there, folks. All right, so Tesla was working out briefly for us. Even though I shouldn't even be trading this name, we did go 0 for 3 off the jump on it, and then we just rotated. I'm like, all right, let's get into this crypto space. But I think we were patient enough to wait for a potential bottom there. Like, I mean, the last time we were involved in this name was at 9:50, 20 minutes after the open. And now we're in it at 135. So, I mean, 130. Patience, allow that bleeding to cool off. So let's see if we can get that bounce. If Bitcoin cracks through this high of $70, then I'll just hop out of that trade as well, because we don't want to give anything away on that front, considering it was a pretty nice trade. And yeah, and I put it on, I mean, not too much size anyways on that. So we'll wait for that slowly to curl over. I think that's going to be the case. But again, I like that the volatility is starting to step in. Tesla calls IV is up to 81%. That's typically what happens as you start to sell aggressively and the volume really starts to kick in. You're going to be paying extra for those premiums. So wait off on the calls for a little bit. Let the volatility cool down. And then sure enough, you can maybe base some trades off of that. If there's anything specific, who was it it was Laura. Laura, you were asking us about Tesla. Some January 2026 calls. I mean, I don't think you can go too wrong. Elon Musk is, I think they're going to start, his geofence in Austin is expanding every day. I'm pretty sure it's going to as well in San Francisco. They're going to start rolling out over there. By the end of 26, I'm pretty sure the robo-taxi is going to be unmanned. That's his objective on that front as well. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things forward-looking with Tesla. The energy storage has absolutely been rocking and rolling for him as well. So there's a lot going on within the name. And yeah, sometimes it's hard to avoid out all the noise and just stick to what some of these Mag 7s where names have the ability to do. We talk about Google just being the ultimate ETF almost as well. So yeah, we'll continuously look at them. Hopefully Tesla continues to grind, even though I have zero exposure in both goggles and in Tesla, which is slightly embarrassing. But at the end of the day, I am sitting on a little bit of cash. I'm just curious on what I should buy. I mean, I'm looking at the quantum space. I want to get involved in some of those names, and I want to get back into some Tesla and some Google, but most definitely not at these levels, Obi.
Yeah, I mean, the market's trying to catch a bid, and Palantir is getting a little bit lower. I'm talking to a Rivian millionaire in the chat about, like, yeah, potential reversions. I'm watching it, man. I'm like, all right, cool. I want to take the next leg. The thing is, I still, like, if I'm not taking these really, dumb, arbitrary outs on the way down, every few pennies lower, and just waiting for the trend to actually break, I'm not covering a little bit until here, but maybe I'm even re-engaging, because think about it. Here, I'm like, yeah, my long is definitely wrong below this level, and look at the continuation, right? So it's just like, I need to do a little bit better with flipping, but I also need to do a little bit better with holding the stuff that's actually working for me and getting just as aggressive as I am with some of the outs, but with entries instead, taking those structure breaks, right? And I was talking to a couple of traders a few days ago about, like,
would you say
just
sorry,
how to really, like, push into trades. Like, yeah, when things don't work,
what'd you say?
You got to be as nimble as possible. But when things start working, like, you got to be extremely aggressive. Like, you have to have so much confidence, and obviously that comes over time. But this is the kind of move that I'm talking about, where that kind of confidence can definitely come into play with this kind of market tailwind. What's up, Adara?
Yeah, just keep an eye here on the market as we get comments at the same time from Feds Logan and Feds Jefferson. Feds Logan saying that there are both upsides and downside risks to her own personal inflation outlook. And she said that she is also worried here about non-housing services inflation. She did say as well, contradicting comments from Feds Myron earlier today, that she believes tariffs have in fact contributed to inflation. Then Fed's Jefferson as well, saying that the recent rate cut we just had has moved the policy closer to neutral while maintaining a balanced approach. And he's saying that both sides of the Fed's dual mandate are under stress. Inflation's above target and downside risks for employment are increasing. He mentioned as well the NFP data, certainly it's not optimal to not be able to get that with the shutdown. But he said in general, if this employment data is in fact bad once we get it, that could be a reason to support the jobs market. Now, we know that the labor market issue was what a lot of Fed cited as their reason for supporting a 25 basis point rate cut, which we actually did get back in September. And back to you. I'm still listening to Caroline Levitt and following these Feds.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this is straight puke city here across the board. So fresh lows on the Nasdaq and the ES. Rocket Lab doesn't really care, man. So that one's really strong. So shout out to anybody who's still kind of holding on to that one. 55.99 is the current high. So we did pull back about 50, 60 pennies so far off of that. 173 is coming in here on Palantir. So yeah, very, very overextended on the day. Almost 7.5% down. So yeah, let's go. Let's get some moves going on. If you look at the weekly, though, yeah, sure, this is an aggressive selling, I guess, session during the day today on Palantir, 8% down. Sure, whatever. But Palantir, we talked about how stocks behave, right? And to kind of assess, is this within range or is this outlier, right? Sure, a 7% pullback is pretty nasty on the intraday. 2.7% relative to yesterday's close, but you can see on the weekly chart, this is well within range, right? Sure, intraday, we're making an extended move. It might be not an average move on the intraday, but the weekly is still perfectly fine, and that's what I like to watch out for, right? Bigger picture, zooming out to a higher time frame, and then looking a little bit left as well, being like, all right, how does this normally behave? Are we looking at something that is within range of that behavior, or is it outlier? I think that's something to definitely ask. So yeah, that's how I'm thinking right now. I don't know if that's subject to change, but I'm open to that whenever. But 173s, man, there's a little bit of a bidder happening here on 173s. The market. Oh, okay, all right. So that's interesting. 25,000. All right, that's an interesting level. We've been talking about that a little bit. Bit of a magnet over the past, I guess, few weeks or so. We've been chopping it up a little bit. So we're pulling back into 25,000 on the Nasdaq. A little bit of a reversion happening going into the end of the week, it would seem. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. What is that? I think, who's Potan? Is that like a fighter?
Yeah, Potan, yeah. Alex Pereira.
Nice. What, MMA or?
Yeah, UFC.
Nice,
UFC.
What does he specialize in?
He was a former kickboxer.
Okay.
Yeah, he has, Potan, I think it means hands of wood or something like that. If he touches you, you're probably there's a high.
You can use elbows in MMA, right?
Absolutely, man.
Right? Everything goes perfect. Yeah, I like that.
Everything goes.
I like Muay Thai. I love Muay Thai, and
Muay Thai is the most violent, I think.
Oh, I love it.
It's
I mean,
insane.
because Muay Thai is derived from a warrior art called Muay Baran.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And Muay Baran.
You used to do.
So my instructor actually went to Thailand, and like he learned from mentors from there. But yeah, he learned the warrior class of the art, and then obviously you can't really teach it. Yeah. I don't know what the requirement was for that was, but Muay Baran is like every move is to literally take out your opponent.
Yeah.
Like every move you're breaking something, or you're going for the kill shot, right? So it's just like it's stuff like that, and then Muay Thai is a derivative of that, which is why it's so aggressive. But in terms of self-defense and actual like fighting, I think Muay Thai is definitely up there. Krav Maga is definitely up there. Krav Maga is absolutely beautiful.
I don't know, man. I've seen some of those guys.
But,
I've seen some of those guys get
slapped.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, of course, for ground. But here's the thing: if you're a strong person and you're trying to I can just stand up. You know what I mean? If I'm really, really strong and my opponent is like smaller than me and he tries to do some stuff grappling. You can, if you're overpowering the opponent in terms of strength, you can kind of get past that. But I'm always going to be the on the side of technique over power. Technique is everything.
Yeah.
Like I've seen old, scrawny dudes that are a master at what they do,
Yeah.
just take out huge guys.
Absolutely,
just
man.
take them out. You know, absolutely beautiful. Here's 172s as the market pukes even more, and I have a little bit of FOMO for not holding on to my 181 short, as Palantir is now trading at 172s. Oh boy.
Good look, good look.
Oh boy, indeed.
boy.
So where's the next trade? I guess if you're chasing the lows and you're pushing into the sells, that's working out really well as of right now. But I don't really see anything too crazy. Let's see and wait for some of these buyers to potentially step in. I don't know if they will, but let's see what's happening with some breaking news with Adara.
Yeah, this might be what pushed the market a little bit lower. Fed's Logan saying that they really need to be cautious about further rate cuts. Again, Fed needs to be really cautious about further rate cuts. She has acknowledged several times in her comments that there are risks, of course, to the U.S. labor market with regards to keeping rates where they are, but she did say that they need to be careful about cutting rates from here on out. Fed's Jefferson, I would say, has been pretty balanced. Nothing super hawkish or dovish coming from him. Fed's Myron this morning was, as he usually is, a little bit more dovish. So mixed commentary from the Fed in general, but Fed's Logan really saying that they need to be cautious about further rate cuts, and now adding even more comments. Monetary policy is likely just modestly restrictive. So seems like she doesn't think it's as restrictive as it maybe should be here. Back to you.
Thank you very much. So yeah, we're still sitting in the short. We got stopped out on that Tesla as it put in a new low of the day. So enough trying to grab that falling knife. I think the shorts are in play. One thing to note, it is positive, right? So you do have this double top type price action. That could have been an additional add right there, but we're still sitting on this short. We told you crack 70. We get out and hold 70. Now we're heading right back into that support level. Once that is breached, I think you're going to take an additional leg lower and head right into the likes of the volume weighted average price in the crypto space. I have one Ethereum contract. It's worth like $700 or whatever it is. It like, this thing is either flat or I'm up 10, 15 bucks on it. And I'm just like, what am I doing holding this thing? I don't know how much I really truly like it, considering it moved the dollar and I didn't really gain anything on it. So yeah, we might just get rid of it. But I do want a little bit of exposure. It doesn't expire until March, and the same with the likes of these IBIT contracts that I have. At the peak today, we were up about 30-40% on those. I only have 5 of them. 5 of them at $8.71. They're trading at pretty much 12 bucks right now, so not too bad of a look on that front. But I mean, there it goes, right? Boom, boom, boom. We're breaking through. We're starting to continuously bleed. Is this going to be the part where the market starts selling aggressively? What did you do with the IBIT covered calls? No, I never ended up grabbing them, my friend. So yeah, I bought more calls. Is what I did. I didn't even go to sell anything. I didn't do the poor man's or anything like that. I was like, you know what? I just bought more calls at a lower price, and I'm fortunate enough to have that really start to work out for us today. So yeah, we'll continuously look at that. VWAP is going to be our primary target. You have the likes of Ethereum. You're south of that. AMD can't find a bottom either. So is this the point with this government shutdown and it being prolonged? Is this the time where we're going to see that pullback? I don't know, 2.5%, 5%, whatever it may be. And then is it going to be a buying opportunity? Is everybody going to be like, oh, okay, let's get involved into the big names, some of these hyperscalers, and add an additional rally into the overall market? So I think I'm leaning more towards that. So patience, patience, patience. Let this selling cool off, and I think there's going to be a good opportunity to get involved. Everybody's saying yes, yes, and yes. So yeah, I like our chances on that one there, OB.
Yeah, man. There's only one question I'm asking right now: when bid? When bid? There's no bid here. Everything's selling off. Rocket Lab as well. That 55.99 stays the high a day, and we're pulling back pretty nicely all the way back down to VWAP here. So we did catch a little bit of a breakout there. Remember what I mentioned? I was like, we looked at the weekly chart on Rocket Labs. All of them have wicks on both sides. So what's the likelihood of us closing flat top? I don't know, but I think it's unlikely. Yes. If it happens, then sure, that's fine. I'm more than willing to kind of eat my words on that. But we've seen wicks over and over. What's going to be different right now? Is there a news story change? Is there something? Does it have a significant enough catalyst to push us all the way into the highs? And then look at the market as well. The market's pretty much dying right now, getting absolutely blasted to the downside, and Rocket Lab's getting a little bit of a sell-off as well. But it's still holding above its opening range high, plus its VWAP, still signifying a little bit of strength as of right now. But we'll see how the day ends off. Right? We still have about almost just over 2 hours left in the trading session on the day today. So we continue to make some fresh lows. So shout out to anybody who had those shorts, man. I think what was it? Verna, or I think that was their name in the chat. They were like, yeah, Palantir, sure, I'm there with you. Hopefully you held. Hopefully you held, because this move, maybe one reason to cover there, but nothing else really significant along the way. Let's take a quick look at some of these volume leaders on the day and see what they're up to on this dump, and see how they're holding up relative to the market move right now. Maybe we find something interesting in there. So right away, it's that plug walk again. So yeah, this one doing a significant amount of volume. 404 million shares traded at an average price of, I guess the VWAP sitting at 359 as of right now, but high day 395. So pretty strong move there on plug. This is open. Oh boy.
Oh wow.
So open, yeah, pullback as well. So that's following along. This one is a LAC. So LAC definitely wasn't lacking the bid off of the open, but it's pulling in a little bit here as well with the market back down into VWAP. So 850s. This is a bigger picture kind of trend happening here on both open and LAC. So that's something to watch out for. We kind of covered some of that concept in Intel as well. Bigger picture of things maybe potentially happening, and maybe the sell either delayed or not really happening there. Wow, Rigetti. Oh boy, that pulled in really nicely. We saw that one was up pretty well and extended to the upside, but when that trend or the range lows start to crack, sellers do step in and get a little aggressive. The market continues to push fresh lows, man. Oh yeah, boy, indeed.
It's selling
UBT, QBTS. Man. Okay, so Tesla, wow, oh my God. Tesla, I think Tesla was the short off the open. I think that was big. Palantir continuation was huge for me. The reversion was pretty big as well. Talk about opportunity in this market. Talk about opportunity. There's a lot of
shortage of it.
There's a lot of the F word going around in the trading world.
Oh, frothy.
Frothy.
Yes. Yeah, I got that one. Frothy.
Things are looking very frothy for sure.
Yeah, I mean, off these highs there, Obi, I think this is the pullback that the market's been waiting for. I mean, if we take a look at the Qs themselves, from those April lows, you're getting that, you're pretty much getting your return right there, boom, and you're just aggressively selling, essentially a double top here up there. So not too good of a look for the overall market, but on the grand scheme of things, guys, it's absolutely nothing, right? Once we start cracking through some of these levels, that's when you want to start getting worried. But just look at this market. From April 4th, shout out to my dad's birthday, you're up 48%, right? That's some big time stuff. Well, let's go year to date and see what we got going on here. Year to date, we'll go to January. We'll go December 31st. Why not? Because we can. 17.5%. I mean, that's the look there. And Bitcoin's continuously selling. Dang it. Don't do that. But anyways, let's see if we can get to. We'll buy a little bit back more here, so we can just cover some more. I don't know if we caught a low or anything along those lines. A little bit more. So yeah, not too bad. Guys, don't stand in front of this falling knife. The volume is in. We can go across the board and look at all of the names, and you're going to be like, yeah, this is the volume where you don't. I mean, we took the attempt on Tesla, didn't work on that falling knife. So at this point, you just want to participate in the direction of the volume, and you can see it across the board here. It's most definitely to the downside. So don't try to catch that falling knife. You will cut yourself. For sure. And that's not death by 1,000 cuts. That's bleed out, essentially, if you do try to continuously buy things, and they are continuously selling. So
yeah, you want to. I mean, that's always a little rough, right? Like trading or scooping things up against the grain. But I think there are times where that kind of starts to make sense in my opinion.
No,
for example,
I
like
agree
something like a COVID drop, like something aggressive, like pure panic.
Absolutely.
Pure panic.
Absolutely.
Like VIX above 20s, 30s. Like I want to be DCAing. I want to be DCing very aggressively, and I want to be, I don't know, especially with market leaders, I think I want to be a little bit more price ignorant. I don't care about the price. I care more about getting some inventory during panic and believing and trusting in the market being like, okay, well, people, like the most aggressive sells over the past, few decades have been strong panic sells. Right? Like the COVID drop, like the drop at the beginning of the year, the 17% drop at the beginning, the tariff drop. Right? Everyone's running for the fences. People are like, oh my God, it's the end of the world, whatever. Like, okay, cool, I'll provide the liquidity. Sell it to me.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, providing it.
That's what you got to do. You just got to provide the liquidity.
So that's it, man. Sometimes you just got to provide it.
I will provide the liquidity.
I will provide no towers at all this summer, which was surprising.
No towers.
Yeah,
dude. You got to do some. Wait, today's a Friday. Yo.
Yeah, Friday. No, brother, I'm so under the weather. It's not funny.
True.
Yeah. It's not. It's good. It's not good. I would love to. I think it would help. Like it would just kill all the bacteria and the virus.
I mean, it would kill the feeling.
Yeah, it would definitely kill the feeling on that.
That's for sure.
I did 007. My brother. I'm glad that you remembered. We did call that out yesterday, but it's been selling off aggressively.
007, like the
James Bond.
You ever played?
No, remember that? Yeah. In school or something? Yeah. Well, that's funny. 007 Kyle. I love 00, man. I might change my name to 00 Joe. I love James Bond. No, but in all seriousness.
00 7.
00 Joe. In all seriousness, guys, just keep your eyes out on this market. Sean and Neil are going to be coming to you here momentarily. We thugged it out today. We toughed it out. So we're going to get some rest and relaxation and hopefully be back to kind of running order come Monday morning. So TQQ's 00 yeah, exactly. Let's go. Yeah,
Secret agent. Secret agent, 007.
Yeah, exactly. The name's Joe. Double Joe. As for IBIT, we're getting a little bit of a bounce there, guys, but we told you about that target. As soon as 69.60 snapped, we wanted to take that short to the downside. Was there an ad opportunity? Absolutely. That's what you want to do, considering you failed to break that high. You're coming back down there with momentum. You want to play that move back into the volume-weighted average price. First in, first out. You take that out, you let that roll, and then you take some more out at 69.20s, and you gave yourself 60, 70 cents right there. So not too bad. From the chart, the over is overbought. I'm expecting pullback max 25%. I don't know. We need morning, Joe. I know. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Not feeling too hot, but it's all right. We'll just continuously. We don't got too much more time here. If there's anything specific that you guys want us to go over, we got 1 minute there, Obi. All right. So let's see. Let's try to make this interesting. Oh yeah. Actually, we're talking about fighting and all that stuff. So someone said I'm a lover, I'm not a fighter. But our great friend, the Canadian himself, Keanu Reeves, once said, "What kind of lover are you if you don't fight for your love?" Right?
Yeah.
So you got to be a little bit of both. Exactly. So there you go. Shout out to Keanu. Or what kind of love do you have actually if you don't fight for it?
But like, okay, so that's like a saying. But like, people also say, if you really love something, you're willing to let it go.
Bang.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so what's it's I think it's situationally dependent, but
exactly.
Yeah. Another one I like to say is like, early bird gets the worm, right? But the early worm gets eaten.
Yeah.
So like, what do you know what I mean? Of course you want to be the bird, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a logical discrepancy there that in my mind I'm just like, all right, cool, nice things to say. Reality, the real world probably doesn't necessarily work like that, but
not necessarily.
Some places I'm sure it does. But
there you go.
It's just funny things. People say funny things. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people saying a lot of.
People say a lot of funny things.
All right, Obi, we rock and rolled today.
Yes, sir. Great trading.
We killed it, man.
Oh, yeah, what a wild market during the day.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, that was exciting.
Like, when do you see that kind of excitement during the middle of the day? Absolutely wild. It's straight like, dump city.
Think about what we got to experience.
Yeah.
IBIT put in an
Ethereum run.
Boom.
Bitcoin run.
Big run. And then what happened? 40 an hour,
Reverse.
2 hours later, see you later.
Yeah.
It was essentially non-existent. Dara bringing us the news. It was a lot of fun. Yep. But nonetheless, guys, let's not leave you guys waiting any longer. We're going to hand it over to Neil and Sean.
Have a good weekend, guys. Take it easy.